He's gesturing on every single movement, every single word. Nothing stands out.
The problem with that lady is they don't bend like that.
You saying zo'n hakker looks like a Morgile?
I said hawkish.
Don't want to go to Aspen? Oh yeah! Okay.
You can say, oh, you put the one showing higher shade. So let's do the same thing here. We're gonna put this where it's supposed to be colder.
Lift off.
I'm trying to be reasonable. I'm trying to be reasonable. Terrorism is not articulated. It's not articulated. Taking pictures, that's not articulated.
I need the corporate number now.
Listen, I need your help. Run inside and get me a pair of scissors.
No.
Why not? Because you made me watch Two Girls, One Cup. Okay, wait, so what is this now? Just watch.
But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up the drift. A 15 per hour drift.
Thanks, Bob.
We don't see you or anything. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
3, 2, 1. And we have liftoff on the car. Mission, covering fitness on its third CRS mission, the ISS. Got main engines at 108%.
Avionics powered on.
That's awesome.
Bacon party.
The bacon party. You can join
Best
them.
party ever.
The answer to that is probably Craven. Probably. How's it going, everybody? I don't know how loud that is. Oh, that does affect the level. Okay. Anyways, how's it going? How's everybody doing? How's everybody? I know. I mean, I'm so late. I haven't done member streams. I am streaming on a Friday, which I don't know. Maybe Friday's a banging night to stream. I don't know. It's usually a busier night for me, I find. 666. Hail Satan. 5 more minutes. I don't even like this channel. Hail Satan from NANA. Thank you very much for the early donation. I just restarted as well, says Glass Monster. Don't worry, Glass. I told you my plan in the talk there. Glass for like 3 weeks has been trying to get on the channel. I keep telling him, Glass, you're coming in, but the gods have conspired to make it so that Glass will not be present. In fact, I'm thinking we're going to turn it into one of those Jimmy Kimmel jokes where he keeps saying he's going to have Matt Damon on, and we'll just leave Glass hanging week after week after week, telling him that he's going to constantly come on, and we'll find some sort of technical challenge that doesn't allow him to come on. I think that would be more funny, and we'll just watch him flail in the comments the whole time. I love you, Glass. I'm just teasing you, buddy. Hey, listen. If we can't look in a mirror, if we can't look in the mirror and make fun of ourselves, then what do we got? Or in Glass's case, he'd be looking in a Raspberry Pi webcam image of himself going at like 3 frames per second if he's lucky. I don't think you're getting 3 there, Glass. Crashing my computer. Am I crashing your computer with my good looks? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't understand the kind of I don't understand the capital letters that are being thrown at me. Archie Rosh, hi. I don't recognize that Archie. I don't recognize the name as much, but maybe I should. Hi, Brainy Beaver. Are you going to break YouTube this week? Oh, you know what? My good looks break YouTube on the regular. I made sure to trim everything so you can definitely see the receding hairline in all of its glory now. Believe it or not, this is on the same trimmer level. So as you can see, there's just a bit of a thinning forest kind of thing going on here. I think that pretty soon I'm gonna have to talk to my wife about how much she actually really doesn't want me to shave the rest of it off, because I'm starting to get like some sort of like skunk tail going on here. I think Jessica G was right. It's like a Goro footprint of some sort. Camel toe? Reverse camel toe on my head? Don't mind it. Good times. Hey, the community next to me has a 40% case positivity rate when you go in to get tested for COVID, meaning that 40% of the people that think they have COVID when they go in to get tested. So that's not like, you know, almost half of the people walking through the facility. So yeah, we'll just this just in as of about an hour ago. Where the hell my phone went? No more school for my kids as of Monday. So I think that was bound to happen. It was coming. Anyways, let's say hi to some people. We got Vroom Fondell, and I don't know what you're fondling, but I like it. Sir Pika Pup the Benevolent, how are you doing today? NANA with the 666 donation, as we know. Glass Monster just clamoring. How you doing, sir? Sean Hawkins, good to see you out there, buddy. I have a name now. That's a lot of money. What are we talking about? What were we talking about? $750,000. That's a goddamn lot of money. Oh my. Yeah, that's what you're talking about, eh? They're talking about Mac. That's what we're gonna talk about. This is not Mac. This is Vlad. This is Vlad. We'll get to Vlad. Don't worry. You get Vlad. Shh. You'll get Vlad in a bit. Let me calm down. Here, let me take the gate down a little bit so you can actually. Now you guys tell me if my audio breaks. Shave all of the one patch. Go 100% bald. Hey, listen. If I shave this shit down, listen, Hair Club for Men, or what is it? The Dollar Shave Club, or Hair Club for Men's the one where you're trying desperately to get it back, I think. Dollar Shave Club. We can work something out, okay? We can work something out. This is, just think of this as an entire billboard that I'm willing to use. All I'm saying is if you want to sponsor me, Dollar Shave Club, I'm willing to bet that I could convince my wife just to let me shave this off. In fact, we could shave it off live on stream using Dollar Shave Club like products. Wouldn't that be the way to do it? They're like 4,200 subs. They're like, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Like, we'll hit up your friend FTFE or Team Skeptic. First of all, Team Skeptic doesn't have a lot of hair on that body, okay? I've got it in just tufts, literally. Okay, so if you're gonna talk about advertising Dollar Shave Club, you gotta talk about the kind of money you're getting. You know, when you talk about sponsoring somebody like Team Skeptic, we got this skinny little thonged out, tiny little meatball covered in tattoos. Can't go near an MRI, it'd suck the skin right off him. Holy shit. Just fucking savage, eh? Oh man, I love Team Skeptic so much. Oh, self-deprecation. That's what it's about, boys and girls. Historical philosopher, good to see you out there. NS Sherlock, 2AHD. That has like most of the letters of my disability in it. You're just missing a D. And take that 2 out of there. Brainy Beaver time, awesome. I want to link the intro song, by the way. Oh, I can actually, the link to the intro song is actually in the description for legality reasons. So, unless I'm mistaken, let's take a look. Yeah, it's the one way at the bottom. Intro song by artist TeknoAXE, no quarter. That link right there should take you to the song. That's the link I used to get to the song, so yeah, no, for sure. It's a good song. It's actually a good techno song. I'm not a big techno fan, but or techno. Well, it is a tech. It's like rock techno. I'm not a big rock fan. Not a big fan of what I'm hearing right now either, though. No joke. Jesus. Just hit live and see what happens. Oh, this one's better. Anyways, all right, Demon Orb. Let's finish this before I get all boring on you. Don't panic, 604. I've had a few in-person chats with Mac. Polite guy, but totally delusional. He seems okay to talk to. It's just that he's, yeah. Oh, but it's funny. He like they, and by the way, I'm aware that the shills are on, I think, right now, too, EIE network. So I'm not overly surprised by the 37 poor souls in here devoting some time to my ass. 49? The fuck is going on over there? You sons of bitches holding down more people than me. You know what we'll do is we'll just stream their material over here if you love it so much. We'll just break all of TOS's, all of YouTube's TOS's. Was thinking how about a pipe or a bong for emoji? I have a suspicion that a pipe or a bong might even be against terms of service. I'll have to read my I'm gonna have to read my what I'm allowed to have in there. Where was this smack talk the other night? Shit, Robert, he put me on the spot. I don't work like that. Fuck. Why do you think, Glass? Listen, Glass. Why do you think you're not in here yet? You're not in here yet because I hate people. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not what I meant to say. Wait, let's rephrase. No, I love you all. I hate everybody. Wait, how do I say this? Do you guys get what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. I actually genuinely am a very nice person and I actually like everybody. But I'm I guess ADHD is kind of like part of the autistic scale, I guess, and regular human beings confuse me, okay? Listen. So this is why I've found this ragtag group of freaks out here, like yourselves, because I'm like a Sheldon, okay? Like, it's just, I can only converse with other humans for so long before I have to recoil into the darkness again and hide in my space. I hate you too, Mr. Andrat. No, you guys get it. No. Honestly, it's like, you guys have seen it. It's like, I'll say something like, it's like, you got like a panel full of people and I'll say something and you hear the room just stop. Just crickets for a second. And I'm just like, Fuck, nobody thinks like me. Nobody thinks like me at all. Just like alone in my corner. There you go, NA. See, hey, listen, this is what I was talking about. Everybody's just got to be free to express themselves. NA says, I generally hate everybody. Or everyone. Don't want to put words in your mouth. Paraphrasing, you know? Yeah, you guys get what I mean. It's one of those, like, I like everybody, but then, like I've had situations at work where it's like, you know, you yell down to somebody, you're like, I'm going to fix that chat stream, or the stream at the bottom. I want that to say everybody's names going by constantly again, because that was nice. I've just been very lazy for a long time, so I just shut it off. But I have the outro. The outro's good. Except for fucking Glass Monster there has to wait till next month if he keeps on patroning and everything, then he'll get his name on the patron list. But he did that just to scorn me so that I wasn't caught up anymore. But he's on the member list, so he gets to eat shit now because it's not my fault this time. He subscribed after the outro was made for the month. But at this rate, let's see, it's the 20th. So I only got like 10 days to make another outro anyways. So listen, not to be that guy. But if you wanted to get in on the membership and be part of that great neglect I've talked about repeatedly, the outro will be remade in 10 days. So, you know, you get your name in fancy lights and shit. By the way, if there's anybody out there, I think it might be only Minus and maybe one other person that have like the social media package or whatever it is in the description. Like if I'm supposed to be talking to you on some sort of platform because I promised it, come yell at me. I've got a lot of shit going on. Please don't be afraid of going, hey, fucking Beaver, you said that you would be my friend. I only assume it's something like that, like you just cry a little bit because of the sadness inside you that I hadn't gotten back to you yet or something. I assume I'm that important to, well, myself. Oh my God. I have, my wife doesn't watch these. I'm on like 3.5 hours of sleep because I played video games like an idiot. Shh. I regretted every bit of it. 100% this morning. See, it's funny. You hit 30s. Oh, that shit gets real quick. You're like, hey Google, what time is it? It's like 3:57 a.m., sir. Oh, shit. Because now you're getting up and you're like, remember when you were young? You'd fucking roll over, wake up 3 hours later, to work. It's terrible. I'll be your friend, NANA. I'll be your friend forever. We can boil in the depths of hell together. Hail Satan. Thank you for the donations, NANA, as well. And Robert Williams, I already read your super chat, but thank you very much for the $1.99. I appreciate it, sir. What is your picture, by the way? Oh, yeah, I've asked this before. It's Sir Buzz Killington, isn't it? I opened it in a new tab. Oh, yeah, it's Sir Buzz Killington. Sir Buzz Killington the Third. Okay. Okay. Now, I've been only able to keep 37 of you in here. And that is frankly disappointing. I'm going to have to go over and give Dick Dawson a straight ass kicking for this. Because I'm just going to say I'm offended, okay? I'm just kidding. Fuck. No, that's awesome. Plus, they got all the different characters on there, right? So let's face it, they got Glass Monsters Paul, become a member and you can be totally neglected with no member streams. That's a good point, Brainy. Maybe you should just fucking book one right now while you're talking about it. Oh, I'm trying so hard. You guys have no idea. Okay, so I have a car still sitting in front of my house that I have to finish emptying the stuff out of so I can call the tow truck to tow it. So that's my tomorrow morning. I don't know. I've got work going on. I've got the same shit going on as all of you. So what am I bitching about? Let's put it this way. I haven't got it done and I'm really sorry. Anyways, so now that I've talked for what seems like an oblivion, probably to the people listening too, I would say, I am going to jump into just the start of this first. Glass, I haven't forgotten about you. Calm down. Calm down. It's okay. No, I'm just teasing you, buddy. We like teasing you. Honestly, I wouldn't have made it this far in life if I couldn't take a joke, right? Like, I think people need to be able to look in the mirror and say, hey, you, who the fuck is that guy? When I was looking in the mirror, it was ricocheting off. I was looking at an image of Nathan Thompson. It was all clown shoes. He's dating a third grader, remember? First grader? Something like that. Oh, God, Mac. Oh, Mac. Hey, by the way, I've got last week's stuff a little bit that we never got to get to. So you never know. Maybe we'll migrate our way back to that. That is First Amendment stuff that I'll get to at some point here. Okay. Oh, Glass, I'm going to bring you in for this one. Did you remove it? No.
Hey guys.
Oh, good. Yes. Glass, you're coming in for Stinky Cashes. You're coming in for the Stinky Cash one. He was all butthurt up in my comments that we never even went over this thing, and like I just it or whatever. And then he was like, "Prove me wrong." So you can come in here, Glass Monster, and we're gonna talk shit about Stinky Cash and his goddamn child's toy. And by the way, Stinky. By the way, Mr. Stinks Cash, I bought one of these bitches. Be here in a week, maybe two. I don't know. COVID's got shit all effed up, but sorry. Every once in a while, you gotta have a music break, right? No, that's terrible. It's just garbage. I don't like this. There's a button on the side of my mouse, and it's the back button. So if I grab my mouse too quick and I like tap it with my thumb, maybe I should make it the other side. Because you can pop, it's like modular. You can pop that off and like put the button here. Having it over there. This is my mouse. My dirty ass mouse. Ooh. That was terrifying. That is unpresentable. I'm cleaning with a cigar. I don't have anything else. Well, that's better. I feel less disgusted with myself. That's my mouse. It's fairly simplistic. But here's the model. Focus. Light speed. So it's the G903 Lightspeed, and if there's a mouse that's identical that's half the price. The difference is the battery life. I guess it has what they call the hero laser, which you shouldn't point a laser at your camera. And the thing in the description talked about the battery life being a different ball game, and I'm gonna shit you not. I have the wire. The wire constantly sits right here, ready to be hooked up to the mouse if I need it. I use this computer every day. I've charged this mouse. I bought it last November. I've charged it 4 times. 4 times. That like, and by the way, it's on 85% of its 4th charge right now. So 4 times from empty. And we're talking like 20%, 15%, 10% kind of empties. Not even like dead. It's never died. And look at it, even has an LED light. That is disgusting kind of battery power. This is the crazy. Oh, no, Glass Monster. It's simple. I'm going to show you a video of how it works. And without even needing to reverse engineer the toy, you and I are going to have a fucking great time with Stinky Cash and his stupidity. Because to him, this is the world. And like, he thinks this is a ring magnet. Ring magnets aren't natural, Stinky Cash. They don't exist in nature. And then he comes back at me with a shitty like, oh, you know it doesn't exist in nature? Spherical magnet. And I'm like, That's fucking great. You should throw some goddamn iron filings at a magnet and see what kind of shape they come back at, idiot. So it's just like, not to mention Earth's not a magnet. It's an induced magnetic field or electromagnetic field based on, like, basically it's electromagnet, is it not? Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, please, in the comments. By the way, $4.99 Robert Williams, rather than fighting against duck, maybe you should bring the duck and the beaver together to live in harmony. More space. Kyle's an idiot. What are we talking about? Fighting against duck? What? Bring the duck and the beaver together. I don't know which duck I'm having a fight with. I'm confused a little, a little bit. I don't want to fight against the duck. Never do I want to fight duck. Oh, dick? Oh, fuck, you're an idiot, beaver. Oh my god. Oh, that was good. Oh, fuck, I was right. It took me so long. I was like, I feel like duck's a code word for something. Oh my god, that was perfect. Thank you. $4.99 for Ron Williams. Rather than fighting against Dick, maybe you should bring the Dick and the beaver together to live in harmony. More space. Kyle's an idiot. Amen. You could have added uni to that. Sorry if there's a uni fan in here. Sorry. No, I'm not gonna go there right now. I'm saving all of that for another day. Anyways, that's enough of that. So you know what? I guess we can try to get Glass in here. He's probably working on like an American Pie or a Raspberry Pi or something like that. He's on cassette tape. That makes sense. So we gotta get started. You know, he's got a Glass Monster's out there literally hand cranking his fucking computer to get it started so he can get here. Okay, everybody. So please just give Glass Monster a minute to start the internal combustion engine on his fucking computer. You better be laughing, Glass Monster, because you know damn well that's funny. It's like the one day I'm like, you better not be using that Pentium 4. He's like, no, I'm talking to you on a Raspberry Pi. I'm like, it's not even a real computer. I mean, it is. What's a computer other than a bunch of chips that do math? But still, like, oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, it's sad that a Raspberry Pi is better than that. But anyways, okay. Let's get Glass in here and we'll start talking about some bullshit here. This music is just... Some days it's really techno-y and some days it's not on this live. Like, it's always the same bullshit looping. Oh, we're talking about this tonight, Glass. Okay, I wonder what the best way to get you in here, Glass. I'm gonna invite you to, I'm gonna invite you somewhere. He's like, I get invited places? Oh my god! I'm gonna bring you into sneaky chat. Sneaky voice. Glass Monster has been invited to sneaky voice. Oh my god. No, I'm just looking at my list. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. All right, Glass, I'm in sneaky voice. Where are you, you bitch? What is going on here? Let me check something. Oh, I see him. It's activated already. I gotta change that. Input VIO. Voice meter output VI voice. I'm trying to figure out which one's which here. Check. 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 Hold on a second. Oh my god, when I never do this anymore. That's VIO3, aux input, and that's number 1 then. Sure. Well, let me make this one number 2 then. Aux input, aux input, aux input, aux input. Where are you? Aux output. There it is. Check. Check. Oh, there it is. Okay, we're beautiful. Glass, where the hell are you, dumbass? Keep yelling at the screen. He's in the comments up there. Okay, we're gonna get started. We'll get started while we wait to see if we can get Glassy in here. I'm in here with you. Where's it? I don't see you in sneaky voice, bro. And you're not in... Oh no, you're in a different place. I sent you an invite. 1 second. There, I can just drag you. Unmute. Are you like perma muted? What's going on? Oh, server mute. Sorry. You're okay. Try now. Unmute. He's in here with me. He's just... Come on, Glass. We got production to do here. Okay. Well, Glass figures out his Raspberry Pi. We'll come back to him. So I can hear in here, by the way, Glass, if you come in. But you're muted right now, bro. Yeah, you're not server muted. I took that off. You weren't. Yeah, that's server mute. You're not server muted. You gotta unmute yourself. Turn off the PTT. Oh, push to talk. I don't know what was on push to talk. You're asking for a lot here. You can't push a button to talk? You're making me do things here. At this channel, I don't even set shit up in here. Oh, he's gone on a sneaky check voice now. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's... God damn it, Glass. I don't even know how to change this. Does anybody know how to fucking turn that shit off? I don't know. Edit category. Does it have permissions? Oh, use voice activity. There it is. Okay. Okay, try it now. You gotta Glass. You gotta stay in here though, buddy. Or else I can't do that. Glass, eat shit. This is the room I'm picking. I'll drag you down again, buddy. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in you, Glass. You can change the setting now, buddy. I believe in you. I told it to allow push to talk or whatever. Or allow... Here, I'll set it in the other one here, too. Maybe there's speak. Where is it? Connect. I use voice activity. Here, I got one more to change. There you go. Glass. Glass, all you gotta do is turn your mute off. It's on voice. It's on... You can change your setting. Okay, well... Fucking Jesus, Class. Dude, it's set up like that. You just gotta change it. Really? That's fucked up. Let me try again then. There! It was server muted too when it pulls you in here, I guess. I don't know what the fuck is going on in this room. Well, no, this is my hidden. Okay, they can't hear you. 1 second. I'm talking to myself. They yeah, they can hear you now.
Yeah.
Just try to make sure you either got a headset on or you're turned down so I don't get myself back. That's all. Just like if I get, it's a little just jarring when you get yourself back at yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when you ever get. Well, I was getting a little bit, so now I'm not.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
It took Discord a minute to straighten itself out.
Glass. I think I have no fucking lighter. Okay, Glass, it's your show for a minute. Hold her down, buddy.
Well, you stumped me. Anybody here have any problems with that toy that he's using? Make a prediction on how you think it works.
Come back, I've already been demonetized, fuck. He's like, all I did is say tranny the whole time. Tranny. You're like, done already, I'm yellow.
No, 3-speed is a great type of, quick shifting, high end gear. Trannies are great.
That's right. I like the variable ones.
CVT?
No, fuck, everybody hates a fucking CVT transmission. Are you kidding? They're terrible. They're the worst thing ever.
3-speed power glide all the way, boy.
CVTs, they're terrible. Okay, here's what happened when they fucking invented CVTs, everybody. They sat around a room and they said, I've got an idea. Let's make a transmission that you can't fix. So when there's a problem, we'll just tell the customer the whole thing goes as a package. It's fucked. Throw it in the garbage. We'll pull a whole new tranny out. $5,000 fucking dollars for the part. Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. You can't even. Not even fixable. Let's just make a very big, complicated part that's worth like half the value of the car. Not fixable at all. Totally not repairable. It's a great idea.
Well, that's the best way of doing it, man.
It's like when they do air conditioners now. Mark Beiser, if he's out there, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. By the way, did I miss any? I just want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats there. I know that I was bullshitting for a while. Yeah, Robert William, thank you again for the $4.99. That's really appreciated. And you get, you know what? You get to celebrate that. You get a Unirock Shatner.
William Shatner, you suck, my dude.
There you go. There. Oh, you can hear the music too, can't you? There, Glass. Here, we'll turn that down a bit. Let me get the music down for you.
Nope, I can't. I couldn't hear the music.
Oh, now you can hear the music. Here, you couldn't hear the William Shatner then.
William Shatner, you suck, my dude.
There you go. Now you got it, buddy.
Yep.
Tune in next week for more sound bites.
For only $29.95, we have here free one pair of headphones. How they look on my head.
I am trying to turn this down without it being like off, but I want it like the bare minimum, like playing. That's apparently it.
These headphones have a beautiful detail of being worn by Brainy Beaver.
Sorry. I'm not sending you signal either here. I can actually send you, this will make it a little easier on your end here. Give me 1 second. I can send you image through, wait, what are you running on?
Raspbian. Why?
Oh, fuck, you're not displaying it on here anyways. No, never mind. You just watch it on YouTube on another device. Like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this Raspberry Pi is not displaying an image to you. Like, what are you... Boom! What are you actually fucking looking at this on? Like, do you have a display hooked up to a Raspberry Pi? Like, is it a monitor?
Yep. I'm watching it on a 37-inch CRT TV screen.
Okay, but hold on. So wait, would your Raspberry Pi have enough power to actually display like webcam image in real time through your
Craig,
Discord?
yeah, I do it all the time. Do it all the time.
Really? Here.
I do it all the time if you just give me permission.
Well, you can play. You can play fucking webcam. I don't care. I mean, I just have to pump it over on OBS after. You're welcome to. People can see your big furry Santa Claus face.
Well, Jesus.
There, see? Look at you. There you go. Hi. See, now he can see me, everybody. Just like that. Magic.
Once I get the camera permissions.
Once you get what?
You got video turned off in this room.
Fucking Jesus Christ. You know, fine. Fuck you then. Go to Team Flurf or whatever. Or just, yeah. Yeah, go there. Patron Voice. Just go to Patron Voice. Fuck that. Fine, you win this round, you son of a bitch. Just saw nothing but chest and hair. For a split second. Let me get him up here. Fuck. Oh, it was funny. Holy shit. I'm in a good mood tonight. I don't know. You guys got me in a good mood tonight.
Sorry, it's COVID cough.
Yeah, no shit, eh? Oh my god. Wait a minute, Discord. There we go.
What, is there something special about my looks?
Oh shit, I see what just happened. See, you know what's stupid about... Oh yeah, that sucks. I can't believe that just did that.
What?
No. When you're using OBS, you can set up sources, but you can actually copy other sources. Like, but if you copy another source, like as a copy of the other source, they're like direct copies and they're linked like. The best way to describe it is they're linked like they're transiently linked like fucking like subatomic particles. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so if I go to the other window and I try to change its source, it changes the fucking source of the other one because they're like linked together.
Yeah,
so
they are. I know that.
Yeah, so I have to go to a different. I have to go to the other source and pick the other source. Is all it is. It's just that when you don't, you know, and then you're like, what the fuck just happened? Look at there's his ugly mug. Everybody, you asked for it. Everybody, you get it.
Brought to you by OBS Studios on a Raspberry Pi and on whatever he's running.
Well, my computer would eat your computer for absolute dinner.
I'm still doing pretty darn good to be watching.
No, I'm just saying, like, difference in technology here is my computer would destroy it. And then, of course, you got, like, I think Team Skeptic pretty soon is going to have a computer that can eat mine for dinner, so. But
yeah. My machine is still doing good for $67.
Here, just finish fixing this up and we're going to get into some videos here, guys. Everybody.
Uh-oh.
I'm just getting you set up here. Which button? Come on. Oh, man, it's like layers on layers in here. Here we go. Oh, isn't he pretty? Isn't he pretty? You can see what?
Yeah. I can see your full setup anyways, right above me there.
Oh, yeah, so. Yeah, I know. Well, and I go back and forth between... Remember, I go back and forth to... Is it this window here?
Well, I've just completely minimized.
Of course, this is the wrong fucking window now. Oh, yeah, of course, because I'm on YouTube. There we go. Let's fix it. Magic. There we go. Okay, we got this. Yes, very entertaining stream, everybody. I know. Hey, by the way, did you guys see how Stinky Cash thought I was a balding loser?
Oh.
I was so sad, you guys, that I spent the whole night cuddling with my beautiful wife. Anyway.
Look at my moon. Mine's just as shiny as yours or more.
Well, I mean, I've got this is like my secret Bay of Pigs area here and stuff. Like I got, like what this is strategic concealment. The idea is that, like, you know, the light doesn't reflect exactly off it. It's like, it's kind of like they've kind of put camouflage out here to protect and hide the fact that there's actually like a gigantic section of solar panel up here that's trying to power the universe, I guess.
Well, mine's showing off nice and bright thanks to a 400-watt sodium light I got lit in the ceiling.
Everything you do, it's like you're Nikola Tesla in your basement being like, womp, womp, womp. This'll make a great fucking light bulb. He's laughing because he knows it's fucking true, too. Like, everybody's talked to Glass Monster. That's what we love about him. Like, he's like, look at everybody goes, the main comment I always see is, why is he talking on a fucking payphone? Because we've all asked you.
There's only two things that can get me pissed off. Three things. Flat earthers, religiotards, and Trump.
We only very lightly, we touch and go on Trump on this channel because politics is such a... But yes. I'm chewing...
I'm just saying.
Coffee crisp. Something Americans don't have.
I like my coffee black.
I like my coffee crisp, goddammit.
I like my coffee black, I tell you, man. Black coffee. No sugar, no cream, no milk. Black coffee.
Crisp. Coffee crisp is the shit, I swear to God. It's amazing. And then I'm gonna wash it down with my actual coffee. It's gonna be great. So people are like, I've been here for like 47 minutes and we haven't watched shit. Okay. Well, we could start.
Out of the 39 people watching, how many people like their coffee black?
Hey, listen. We'd have way more than 39 if it wasn't for those sons of bitches over at the EIEIO network having fun in the farm and shit. The EIEIO network, you know? And a duck here, and a duck there, here a duck, there a duck, everywhere a duck. Every time I see EIE, I just want him like, all you needed was a fucking O on the end. I love making fun of people. It's so much fun. I had a guy...
Ducky, it's duck season.
I had a guy leave a comment on my last auditor video. He's like, you're no better than them. You come in here proselytizing, saying things about them. You're just a narcissistic asshole. I'm like, I just came back with, yeah? I never said I wasn't at any point in the video. I don't know what we're talking about here. You're just pointing out the obvious. Yeah, I can be a bit of an asshole. And guess what? I thought I'd be an asshole to him. You know, it is what it is. Hey, listen, this is an outlet for me, everybody, okay? This is where I come to, like, you know, like, the stupidity I see on the internet, I convert it into memes and skits the best I can do. And that's my way of absolutely... I was, you know, at first it was debunk, and I still plan on doing some science debunk when I can. But honestly, it's really fun just making fun of them. Like, just literally making fun of them. Like, no holds bars, just making a funny-ass skit that just ridicules the statement they just made. There's something about it. And making it come off great. Like, wait till you guys see the FTFE. I'm going to tell you right now, I have 14 minutes in there. It is all skits. I don't do anything other than skit in that. So it's like 14 minutes of skits from Brainy Beaver. So it's like, it's awesome. It's going to be great. Honestly, I'm really excited for it. Whenever that comes out. He's been talking about it for a while, so I guess they're just working on, he's probably stitching it all together. What's that? Medical Mary J. Wanna? We got to be careful about that one, too. The YouTube gods. Not that careful. Don't worry. It's legal. But, the YouTube gods, they don't like it. The AI. Hey, let's talk about Mac, since he's in our country. He's on the other side of the world from you, essentially, because you're so far away from him. But what we can do is we can start with Mackie Poo here. This guy is fucking making... This is not a flat earther. He is taking the piss. And then there's also... Did you guys know that there was like a wife swap flat earther? Yeah. Flat earth in the media, everybody. Oh, you know what? That's it. That's what we will start with. I'm going to turn the music off. Let's do this. Okay. Ready? Everybody ready? All right, let's do this. Let me make sure you can hear.
37 inches of Brainy Beaver.
Okay, here you go. Let's start with... Oh my god, I had it in my head, and then I lost it.
They're up. You missed it.
No, I'm trying to see... It was in my head. I was gonna say one thing here. There was something that popped up, but we'll get it. I've got so many tabs here. It's fucking real. Oh, that's also funny. When I went to open this, it's like, are you sure you want to open 18 tabs? I'm like, fucking rights, high IQ, motherfucker.
I've only got 5 tabs open on my Raspberry Pi, but you got to admit for memory.
Do you know the tab joke though? Do you understand the tab joke there, Glass Monster? It might be a little. Okay, you get it. I didn't know if it was before you were. Before we started seeing you around our parts and stuff. So, that's anybody who doesn't know out there. If anybody's out there watching, you don't know what I'm referring to. It's that there's that famous for us, anyways. Red pill philosophy, showing how many tabs he had open at the top of his screen, and he's talking about how high IQ research he's doing high IQ research, got all these tabs open. Look at all those tabs. And so, but the best was which they're canceling that drink. I guess Toon will have to save up some tabs for the future. But the best was when he was debating Red Pill, and he kept drinking tabs and putting tabs up behind him. He kept on swinging the drink tab and putting tabs up behind him on the shelf and stacking the tabs up. It drove him mad. It was awesome. Yeah, anyways. So yeah.
Great idea. I'm gonna have to get a case of tab and try to debate him.
Man, there was something that popped into my head as something I was gonna point out. And then it left again. But here, let's start with Stinky Gadget. Why not? Let's start with this case. So
it's I already had it brained out in my head. It's a small electric motor inside with a magnet on it spinning.
No, there's no motor. No. There's fucking no motor. It's way simpler.
That's one type there is.
Nah, it's not a ring magnet. It's far more simple than that. You're thinking too hard here. This thing's $16 fucking, man. I bought it on Amazon 2 days ago. It'll be here in 5 days or something. Yep. It's nothing. It's just a wire. Yeah, just watch what he says, and then we'll talk about it.
Hey guys, Stinky Cash here, real quick. I just discovered this cool little gadget toy mechanism thing. Don't really know what to call it. But what I'm seeing is clearly it's a magnet of some kind, and you got the North Pole magnet in the center. You got the South Pole magnet along the edge. It's a ring magnet. You got a spherical ball magnet circling above it. It's repelled by the center. Magic 8 ball. It's a ring magnet.
Okay, so yeah. So let me cancel this. Okay. Yeah, let me get back to you here. So, Glass Monster, what do you think?
Well, I gave you one way they can do it is with a tiny spinning motor.
No, it's
or 4 coils underneath oscillating.
$16 fucking, dude. $16. You're thinking too hard. There's $16. You're not getting a spinning motor and shit for $16. That's all I'm saying to you. Like if it was $100-something, you'd have and took batteries. It's $16. Sits on the desk.
I can buy those motors for 54 cents.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't take batteries. I bought one. So it's a desk toy. It just sits there and looks pretty. No, it's way more simple. Here, I'll get you. And
just a permanent magnet then.
All it is, I actually had it up here. Let me just look up because I actually have the exact name. It's like the Kruckenbucker, McTuckerbucker. I don't know. It's named something. It's got a desk magnet toy. Yes, no, maybe. Ring. See, anyways, I thought I'd saved the actual
link.
Yeah, give me 10 seconds here. I'll be able to dig it out of my history here. Because it wasn't that long ago I was looking at it. Oh, so it's funny. I went to Click and Collect. That's where you like go online and you do the shopping online, everybody, and then you go to Walmart and pick it up and everything. And like I sent my wife, I picked up the groceries the first time we ever done it, eh? And I sent my wife just that like a GIF of just that native crying with all the trash. You know the ad? You know the ad where the fucking native standing in the pile of trash, he starts crying. Do you know what I'm talking about, Glass Monster? Do you know that? You know the iconic ad?
Yeah.
So I just sent her a GIF of the garbage, and then it scrolls up to the native's eye, and it shows the tear in his face and everything. And she's like, "What was that about?" I'm like, "It's about all the bags that we just got with our order." It's like, she's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, Flintstone vitamins, boom, its own bag. 2 ranch dressings, boom, fucking bag." It's like, you have no idea. When we were done, it was like I was like carrying bags out of the kitchen stuffed together, just Walmart bags like this. Like, it was so many bags. Oh my god. You think you could maybe you could melt it down and resell it as petroleum back or something. I need to work on clearing the strip under the headphones. Oh yeah, no, we're getting there. It's starting to iceberg off. It's just magic. No, okay, so what I will find it here. Give me 10 more seconds. And what it is it's
Brainy.
just what? What about it? Don't open that. Leave it closed. Oh no, it's a razor. I thought it was a knife hook.
Yeah.
I was like, no, leave it closed. Only because YouTube is fucking anal about that stuff. It's like, leave that knife closed. It's yeah. Wait, so apparently Nathan Thompson's carrying a fucking gun now?
Uh-oh.
Seriously? Yeah,
Yes,
that's fucking stupid. Talk about giving a retard a weapon. No offense. I don't use that word very lightly. I use it for the harshest of situations because that is absolutely a terrifying idea to think of Nathan Thompson running. He is not emotionally stable enough to be carrying a weapon.
Nope. No, and don't insult retards.
No, I know.
Nathan Thompson's far.
No, I know, and I said it, and that's why I doubled back on it. It's frankly, the R word is actually one of the banned words on my chat. If you type that word, don't do it, people. Please, just don't. But if you type that word, I believe it'll block your chat.
Yeah, it requires a mod to let it go.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that word. I think it's kind of like another word in our society. It had a lot of negative connotation attached to it. And a lot of that was people that are what we would now consider disabled, that were very misunderstood, obviously, and they tagged them with that hard R word because it was, it was a derogatory. It's exactly how they used it. There goes that. Oh, he's just don't worry about him. He's the town, insert word at the end of every sentence there, right? So I mean, it's for me, even when I say it every once in a while, and I go, I just don't like it.
Yeah. But know the most annoying part of that is that very word is used as the description for delaying the timing on an engine.
Sorry, say that again, my bad.
That word is used for describing the delay of timing on an engine.
If you're using it as retard, like engine retarding, like stuff like that, that is different. Yep. And that's what, of course, that's why they used it like that, because of course the initial word meant like slow down or to inhibit. So like they're saying like there goes an inhibited person, like mentally inhibited, which I guess if you look at it like that, it isn't like the end of the world, but at the same time it's because of the amount of vitriol that was put into it, right? As I know you're not arguing against it, we're just talking now, but it's the amount of vitriol that was put into the word, right? It'd be different if they used the word as a colloquial informational word and that's all it ever was, but it was that it was filled with so much more connotation than that when they it became more of a like pointing at somebody and that's why we use it that way. It's kind of like when we call people gay nowadays, or we say that's gay, even if we're not a homophobic person. Like my brother's gay, I'm not. like I'm not homophobic in any way, but you might still say something like that's gay out of like years of habit of doing it, right?
Oh, Brainy, we all know how much you like me.
Hey, you never know. I've got a price on everything, Glass. How much money you got, buddy? I keep telling where is he out there? I keep telling fucking Craven out there that there is a price and that it could be negotiated. It might be a steep, but held for review. What's the deleted message? Oh yeah. Yeah, let's not anonymous. Yeah, let's not just start tossing the word out. I mean, I know you're just having fun. But like honestly, like YouTube actually doesn't like our chats having bad words, and it's actually part of what leads towards the yellow tag on a video is the chat stream. Like what the things being said in the chat stream I think they go towards whether or not a live stream gets demonetized during the stream and stuff like that. So not a big deal. I mean, let's face it, the amount of money I get from the views on the actual live itself, you know, over the lifespan of the when people are watching it, we might be talking about 50 cents. Did you see the big news? They're going to start putting ads on. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm in the creator program now, so it doesn't really affect me, I guess. But at the same time, I don't know, maybe it does, because here's the thing. They're going to start putting ads on videos from people who are not in the creator program. Like, they don't have 1,000 subs, they don't have the watch time or whatever. But they're going to, but they don't pay them. And of course, it's in the terms that you've always released them to, oh gee, Jesus. Mr. Andrade, I let all my stuff kind of wither and die, and I technically don't have a license right now. So no, this is actually Aurora Aces. I bought some pre-rolls. So it's like, what is it? 17.1% THC. No CBD. So yeah, so this is a really good deal actually. It's 5 half-gram pre-rolls for $15. So that's 2.5 grams for $15. It's not bad, boy. You're paying like $4.50 or $5 a gram, basically. $5.50 after tax, kind of thing. Pass the Deutsche on the left-hand side, Hail Satan, says NANA. NANA, where do you live, buddy? Because you know what, when this pandemic's over, if I ever have enough money to, I'd love to do a little tour. Gonna have to travel the States a little bit, go visit some people, bring my vanilla-flavored butthole with me, you know? Hey, Glass, did you hear about that?
Take lots of N95s with you. I heard.
Did you hear about my vanilla-flavored butthole? I've just found out, too. This is news. I've been telling my wife all day. I said, baby, vanilla flavored. Just get in there. Arr, you know? That's what I've been aiming for anyways. Ever since I found out, I was like, sweetheart, I'm told it's vanilla flavored. This is... No, full disclosure. I get my buds straight from the grower, $100 an ounce. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. $100 an ounce. I was my own grower, Sean. I get my bud straight from my grower as well. Yeah, so did I. The grow room is 50 feet from me. So did I. It was behind the room, right to the side of behind that locked door handle, right beside the green screen. But right now it's all shut off. I knew it was time for a genetic swap anyways. The genetics in there were old and I just don't have the time. Honestly, I would rather, and I mean this, everybody, I would rather take the time and put it into the channel, have the chat, like have the time with you fine folks out there, enjoy the, by the way, thank you very much, 666 for the NANA. I know you read your comment, but thank you very much for the super chat, sir. But yeah, I would much rather take the extra time, put it into the YouTube, which I haven't been producing content as much as I would like right now. So I don't know if it's depression from COVID or what's going on, but I think I'm just working through, like a lot of us, I'm working through just trying to be productive in this fucked up world where you can't go anywhere or do anything and everything takes twice as long, and it's just like Glass. Go ahead, bud.
I could always use Patreon for new circulation pump fund. For my grow ups.
Well, hey, don't get me wrong. I do appreciate the support, Monster. But remember, everybody, you guys all got to take. Well, yeah, I know, but you got to remember though. You do have to take care of you first. So you know,
gotta take the piss too.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Even the $2, you know, and even if you're a member for $2, if you got bills to pay, and I know you're fine, you know, or you wouldn't. But I'm just saying to everybody listening, if you got bills to pay, you got things to do. Don't worry about giving me your $2 or your $6 or your $5. Just hit the like button. Like Team Skeptic says, piss a flat earther off or something by sharing it with them. You know, share it on a fucking Facebook page. Share it, you know. That is the biggest help you could ever give me, is just by sharing it and liking it and leaving a comment saying, great show, thanks. That goes so far into the analytics of letting YouTube know that people are watching, and that's really the biggest thing. Beyond that, if people want to support, you know, by leaving donations, that's what they do. But it's not required. Now, let's talk about this real quick, okay? This, if I can find my other videos here, but I watch a lot of YouTube videos in a day. I'm learning. Plus, I was watching like Goodfellas. I never watched Goodfellas before, but I watched like Tommy got whacked the other day. Like it just came up, and then after that, I was watching like 5 hours of Goodfella whacking scenes. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like watching all the different characters in Goodfella get murdered. After that, I was like, whoa! Good times. Here we go.
Don't worry, this is not a bad thing. Don't worry, this is not a bad thing. It's only weed. It's not a cigarette.
That's funny as shit.
It's not a cigarette. It's weed, so it's not a bad thing.
Well, this is bullshit. I know I went, like, I've seen the other video, but so I know this is where I was looking at it, but come on. There was other videos I was watching where it showed how it, like, loops around it and stuff. But it doesn't matter. I'll explain it then without the other video. It doesn't matter. Oh, that was a guy getting murdered. There's a lot of that going down. Man, after that, YouTube was like, you want to see people get gangster whacked? It was just like, here's Johnny Depp as this gangster killing a guy in a field. Here's this person in this movie killing a guy in a field. It was all YouTube did is like autoplay. It's just people walking out, just like bullets going through the back of skulls left and right. Meanwhile, what's funny is they'll play an ad on that bullshit. You know, it'd be like a Dove soap ad will play, and then I'll watch Tommy get his face blown out by the other mobsters, blood all over the floor as his body slides, and then meanwhile, you'll have a video where somebody like open palm slaps somebody, and they'll be like, "Whoa, demonetize the fuck out of that guy." Like, you know, that video can't make money. What do you want to run an ad on that open palm slap? What are you thinking? You know, and then the next thing that comes up is like, you know, like CNN live footage of a guy getting shot in the streets. You know, back to our advertisers now. It's totally one-sided.
Now for only $29.95, get your new Buzzwigler here. Get it while it's hot. Get it while it's shaking.
Shit, they'd sell bump stocks on there if they'd let them. Like, it's just like, oh my god. And then yeah, like meanwhile Radical's getting like tagged for like cartoon violence and shit. Cause he's like leaving the window being broken and the guy being dragged out of the vehicle. And I told him, I'm like, Radical, you can't do that anymore. He's like, they likely break his window and then gently drag the guy, like open the door and escort the gentleman out the open door. Like they don't even drag him out. I'm like, breaking the window is a violent act. Fuck off. I'm like, I was having a conversation with him. I'm like, breaking the window is a violent act. That is a violent act. You are displaying a violent act. That's all YouTube cares about now. And I showed him, Leon Lush had a video. Leon Lush is a big YouTuber. He had a video where there's a guy goes to open palm slap the guy. It's a Karen video mask shit. And he goes open palm slap the guy and he has to maybe did you collapse? Did you crash?
Nope. I'm here.
He goes to open palm slap the guy, and of course it like has to do like a Batman like splat, you know, across the screen, and it comes back to Leon, and he says, Leon here, just wanted to stop in like a little pop up with him with his child on his lap. So it's obviously like he's recorded this in post, right? And he's like, hey, we've tried everything we can to get this slap to make it through monetization. He said, but apparently I can't even leave an open palm slap to the face in a YouTube video without being demonetized now. He said, so that's the YouTube we're in now. And I showed Radical that, and I'm like, Radical, you can't even show any form of violence, physical violence now. They can argue. They cannot. If he's cuffing him, that's one thing. But if the cops get into an altercation with the person, you almost can't show the altercation at all. You almost have to skip the altercation and just say, if you want to see the altercation, you have to go to the link. Yeah. It's fucked up, eh? It's kind of weird.
So can't put it on at all. If you put it on, what happens? Just
you get demonetized instantly. The AI sees that
your video will stay up though.
It'll stay up, but you got to remember, Glass. There's the observable difference in the amount of views a video that's demonetized versus a video that's green monetized will get. You can put the graphs side by side, and it is a stark difference in the amount of views that it'll get. Because you got to remember, if YouTube's not making money, they're less likely to show your content. They want to make money. That AI cares about two things: viewer experience, making money. Those are the two analytics. It goes viewer experience first, make money second. That's it. After that, creator after that, they don't care.
And that's what Patreon's for.
Well, Patreons, and that's where the
everybody go sub to Brainy Beaver's Patreon. He requires this money, so
requires a yeah. That's a strong word, everybody. Patreon or the membership works fine. But hey, listen, super chats, you are fantastic. Keep at it. Dib for $5 Americano dollars. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. I do want to keep at it, and I want to put out more video content because I do like the video content. I'm slacking apparently, so don't worry, it's in the back of my mind. Frankly, that's half the time. That's the reason why I don't do member streams, because a lot of times, like, I have a video I need to be working on, and like member streams end up being me kind of like shooting the shit with the people and hanging out, and then I end up like, I end up feeling like guilty because I was like having fun playing a video game, hanging out, and just like hanging out instead of like working on one of the many different things I need to work on in my life. So it's almost like a mental block where like I don't want to do it because I feel like guilty that I've got things I gotta get accomplished. So, anyways, dib for the $5, thank you, and then 666 NANA. You're very generous tonight, NANA. Thank you very much, sir. Super chats for me means less hackers and blow hookers. Well, you never know. I don't know what you're up to, NANA. I mean, hackers. Maybe you've got some sort of sweet, Angelina Jolie, Matt Lillard, and some other team going on there. Who you got to pay in the side? I don't know. Hey, that's a good movie, Hackers, eh? So this thing, since I don't know where the fuck my video is.
Crawling $19.95 a week by Team Skeptic.
So this thing right fucking here, okay? Here it is, right here. Yes, god damn.
You hear me?
I did hear you. You can buy what from him? I heard you. I didn't listen.
For only $19.95 a month, buy Team Skeptic.
I mean, you can get a piece of his thong. I heard.
Mankini not included.
Oh, you can't see that shit. Here. Okay, so. Here's another video. Here's a different video. Not that guy's, right? But here's another video, okay? Now watch what it does, okay? I'm even going to slow it down. Is there a higher quality? No. We're going to slow this down, okay? Half speed. Now watch. Now look what it's doing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's just separate fucking magnets. It's just separate. Yeah, but it's just like he's like a fucking ring magnet. You didn't do anything to debug my fucking magnets. It's like, dude, it's not a ring magnet. It's a center magnet and a bunch of magnets on the outside. The center one is clearly turned to repulse, so that every time the thing goes to go over the center, it pushes it away. So it's turned in the same magnetic field so that it repulses the ball, see? So that way it always pushes the ball away from the center. And then the reason it loops and does these fucking figure eights, and again, this is on half speed. This thing's actually moving pretty quick.
It's going through more than one of them magnets.
Yeah, because it's going over them, and then and what happens is as it crosses the center point of the magnet, it goes from an attraction to a repulsion. So
also you got that magnet dead in the path too.
Yeah, so what happens is it goes over the center of the magnet, and there's that one spot above it where it's going to be an attraction point, but then all around it, it's going to be a repulsion zone. So as soon as the magnet has enough inertia to make it past the center point, it repulses it, which is why it does this figure eight pattern around the center point all of a sudden. See,
I bet you there's a small magnet in the bottom of that ball.
Absolutely, 100%. There's a magnet.
And the ball itself is not ferrous.
No, exactly. It's probably plastic or some bullshit even. It's probably like, or tin or something. Yeah, right. Something non-ferrous. And there's a magnet in here, and it's pointing down. And all they've done is these magnets are all pointed to attract, opposite. And this magnet is pointed to the same. And then that's why, because you and I both know when you put that magnet to the side of these magnets, it's going to propulse it and push it away.
Yeah. You'd have, say, 8 south magnets facing up. one north magnet in the center facing up and a north magnet in the ball facing down would be a good combination.
He's like, you didn't even try to debunk this. I'm like, debunk this? I'm like, this is a fucking child's desk toy, sir. I'm like, come on, man. Like, this is not rocket science. This is a bunch of magnets in a freaking flat disc. Like, you know, they just, like you said, it's probably non-ferrous completely. It's going to be like some sort of like non-ferrous. Well, what would tin be? Tin is
aluminum.
Yeah, like tin is going to be like certain tins are going to be non-ferrous, aren't they?
Yeah, more likely aluminum because tin is more expensive.
Tin to be more expensive than aluminum?
Yep.
Really?
Because they can use recycled B-grade aluminum there.
Good point. That still surprises me. Aluminum used to be a real expensive material. Nowadays, it's gotten cheaper. It's all that fluoride they need for our water to mind control us. They've been making lots of aluminum.
8-year-old Toyotas that kind of only ran for 8 years and then they get recycled.
Hookers, I was censored. No, I got you, Nanny. You don't need hackers. You want the hookers. I got it. It's okay. I won't tell your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend. I don't know. You do you, boo. You know, like, I don't know. I had YouTube pull a Karen video and give me channel a strike because it had some hair pulling and light shoving. Jesus. Really? See, right there in the comments.
That'd be a good thing for us to look at.
See that though, Glober Mom, because it had some.
Feel like
hair...
you're watching.
Well, but Radical didn't want to take his, like, the thing I said to Radicals, I'm like, he showed me what they've been marking, like violence, blood, gore. That's what they've been selecting, and he keeps on including it, and then they keep like demonetizing him and failing him on review based on this category, to the point where now when he does the self-certify, it gives him a little message like, careful, you've been wrong in the past, and I'm like, stop fucking putting that shit in there. He's like, well, it shouldn't be that bad. You know, it shouldn't. I'm like, it doesn't matter what should, coulda, but fucking, you know what the problem is. They don't want it. So unfortunately, and by the way, if you're watching this afterwards, Radical knows I love him. These are chats where we're just talking about that kind of stuff for production reasons. Like, you know, he's like, it's bullshit. You know, I'm dealing with this. And I'm like, well, my understanding is you can't include that. So that's the conversation, right? But so, yeah,
I think they should allow monetization, or at least equal, you know, commercials on everything if they're going to have commercials on it.
Well, that's what they're doing, but you're not. No, you got to remember, the reason they did the monetization program was they had to. The reason they created a criteria for monetization, you used to be able to just get monetized with a few hundred viewers and stuff and no views and just make like 50 cents a year. But there's two things. A, it was costing them more money to manage all of these nothing channels. And when I say nothing, I mean that loosely. Like, you know, like you can have 5, well, you know what I mean? You can have 2 or 3 or 100 or 500 viewers and not be a nothing. But I mean, like, channels that are not really generally producing content, they just had stuff sitting there that they're putting up and they're getting, you know, 50 cents a year. Well, fucking YouTube has to fire them a check and everything for their 50, 75 cents a year. You know, it's like it costs them more money to print the fucking check than they even made on your channel. So YouTube, first of all, they wanted to save that money so that they're not wasting money. So that was the first thing. So that way they know that anybody who's monetized is going to be making at least enough ad revenue, probably, because they have their 4,000 hours of watch time, and you know they're probably going to be making at least enough that it warrants having them on the program, right? And then the other problem was that you had a lot of channels that were coming in. So what they were coming in, because all you had to do is start a channel, Glass Monster. You could start a channel, get some subscribers. The next day you could start like monetizing your content. Like in some cases you could you wait for approval. You got your approval, you start monetizing. Well, there were people that were putting up, what they were doing is they were like taking Simpsons, or they were taking Family Guy, or they were taking copyrighted content. And they were just going ahead, and as soon as they got their monetization with their 100 or 200 subs, they started putting up full episodes of Family Guy and stuff. And YouTube is a lot quicker now at catching it than they used to be, but it would take them some time to remove the content. And in the meanwhile, they had like full episodes of Family Guy on YouTube that were garnering hundreds of thousands of views. And sometimes they weren't catching these things. And so then they were paying people, they're paying people thousands of dollars in ad revenue in some cases to channels that are breaking copyright law, breaking terms of service, breaking everything. And then what that does is it actually takes away money from the other creators, people that are, people like me and FTFE and Team Skeptic and people, yourself if you get there, and just people that have put in the time and are actually establishing a community. It takes money away from the system, because now what's happened is YouTube has now paid a whole bunch of advertising revenue. Because you got to remember, when a company comes, like Walmart comes in and they say, we have, just an example, they probably have millions to spend, but they say we have $10,000 to spend. Like, we want to spend $10,000 on advertising for this season, let's say. So spend our money wisely, please. And so then when all of a sudden Walmart spends $5,000, putting ads on a bunch of Simpsons episodes or something like that are being, piggybacked off a channel out of India or something. They don't like that. It's the same reason why like fake viewers, fake subs, all that kind of stuff is a big no-no, because they generate watch time, they generate ad revenue in some cases, and meanwhile, so YouTube's now paying people ad revenue for content that's not actually being watched by people. So it's all part of making sure that they're actually saving money where they can and spending money where they need to. And it does result in Walmart having more money. So because they're not, because let's say $5,000 of Walmart's $10,000 didn't go to these copyright infringement channels. Well, now Walmart still has $10,000 it's right here to advertise with. And the thing is, it has to go to legitimate channels now. So it has to go to channels that are creating content, working, and all that stuff. And so it does actually create where there's more money in it for the people who are producing content. Because it was getting pretty bad for a while there, where, ad revenue money had dropped to almost nothing. I mean, it was almost to the point where that's why you had a lot of, everybody remembers the adpocalypse. You had old YouTubers you'd been watching for years. Rob's Dyke comes to mind. People you'd been watching, hundreds of thousands of subs, $1 million subscriber channels, and they fucking vanished. And what it was, and here's the stupid part for them. Here's what's really stupid about this. You got somebody like Toby Turner. I reached out to him. I was trying to, you never know. I was like, hey man, come for a fucking interview, bro. But you got somebody like Toby Turner. He was literally one of the first big YouTubers on the platform. He's actually the one that filmed the Don't Tase Me Bro in Florida. He's the one behind the camera, actually, on the original Don't Tase Me Bro. Don't tase me, bro! Don't tase me! The guy in the middle of the fucking, he's asking Al Gore questions or something, getting fucking tased or something. That's Toby Turner behind the actual camera. And then, of course, that channel kind of blew up on YouTube and got him a little start, and he used that and capitalized on it, and eventually moved to California. And anyway, 6-point-something million subscribers in his entire portfolio, like all his channels. But he just doesn't do YouTube anymore. He's kind of gone. Now, there was some controversies there that, I'm not going to get into because they involve Grape, which I don't think they were real. There was nothing was ever proven. Nobody even went to the police in the end. So it was all just court of public opinion, which I fucking hate that, because that's not a real courtroom. That's not where you actually find out what happened. That's where you slander people. Uni. Sorry. Anyways, well, no, that's what I'm saying. Court of public opinion. But yeah, what I'm getting at is you get channels like that where they all of a sudden they lost their ad revenue. They were getting this wicked tons of ad revenue. And they, the internet needs more tasing videos. I agree. And then what happened is all of a sudden they weren't getting ad revenue. And so for them, there was this big, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? But what had happened is, as you can see, YouTube had started shifting where it was going less into the smaller creators needed to rely less on the actual ad revenue and more on their community they were generating. And they had their Patreons and stuff like that too. But that's why YouTube came out with the member program eventually, because it was a really good way of encouraging the viewers of a channel to support a channel by joining up and hitting that join button. Right. Hint, hint. No, I'm kidding. No. And so when they
advertised right here, everyone, please hit the member button. Get yourself a member.
But when they did that, I don't blame them. They get ignored. But when they did that, they hadn't had the join program yet, like the member program. And now since then they've introduced the member program, and so they've increased the ways that a creator, and there's the merch bench you can put up. If you're a bigger creator, you get the merch bar and all that stuff, and they've increased ways to make revenue. So here's my thing. Some of those channels they just didn't hold on, and they gave up too quick, I think. Because like things change, and don't get me wrong, it's really hard to go from a job. Anybody can say, I mean, it doesn't matter what your income is. If you walked into work tomorrow and your fucking boss looked you in the face and said, I'm gonna pay you 30% of what I was paying you yesterday from now forward, that's gonna fuck up anybody, because you get used to what you're earning, you're spending what you're earning, you buy a house, you buy a car, you buy things, and all of a sudden you walk in one day and somebody says, guess what? You know, sorry, your income is now 33% of what it used to be. You know, just deal with it, kind of thing. And it's hard to adapt. So a lot of these people went off and got jobs, you know, editing in studios. And
they could not have predicted the future.
No, they couldn't.
Remember, you could not predict the future.
Yeah, well,
they
here.
didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, but the problem there is Glass Monster is that they did what a lot of people did when the money's flowing, they're not stuffing it in the bank at all. You get these people that are like, you know, like there was a lot of like, let's put it this way, even Toby Turner. Now, I think he did fine. If you look it up, he's worth millions, and he still drives in a nice car anytime I see him on a fucking podcast or something. So, or on his little camera casts or whatever. So I think he's doing fine. Probably did make some decent money while he was doing well, and he's probably just living off of it for the most part now, because he doesn't seem like he's hurting. Now, that said, there was a lot of jacuzzi buying and fucking house upgrading while he was living in California, and Tesla driving and all that stuff. And yes, he was one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, but that gravy train could have ended at any moment, and anybody in that ball game should have known that. I assume that one day I could sit down at my computer and my channel might be gone. And the only reason I can make that assumption is YouTube has proven time and time again that they have no fucking qualms with doing it at all. It doesn't even matter who you are. You could almost be Mr. Beast and you might just find yourself deleted one day. So like there's just nothing stopping that from happening. So anybody who thinks that YouTube...
Do you think they'd ever delete PewDiePie on them?
I mean... Fucking Dr. Disrespect got deleted, man, off of fucking Twitch. That just goes to show you it's raw numbers. They don't give a fuck. It's raw numbers. If they felt deleting PewDiePie was an advantage to them economically, 100%, they'd do it. It makes no difference. It's all raw numbers. What had happened with Dr. Disrespect? This is speculation.
What is it?
But what is it say? Well, Dr. Disrespect had a massive contract. I don't know if you know this story, but he had like 14 million over 3 years or something they'd signed him for, or some bullshit ridiculous amount like that. And the thing is, the reason they had just signed him for that at Twitch is because Shroud and Ninja had just been signed over in Mixer the previous year, because Mixer was trying to break out and do its big breakup before it fizzled. And they had signed them for like 10 or whatever $1 million a piece for 2 or 3 years or whatever. And they had moved from Twitch. Well, Twitch was really afraid with all these like Mixer and Facebook Gaming and all, they were afraid they were going to lose Doc. So then they signed Doc for an absurd amount of money, like an absurd amount of money. Think about it. It's like $5 million a year, 4 million a year, plus his other earnings. I mean, that's just the contract to be there, just to stay exclusive, and let alone his other earnings. So they sign him to that contract, and then all of a sudden Mixer goes tits up, and they give all of their people over to Facebook Gaming, make some sort of deal where Facebook Gaming takes all of the partner program people from Mixer. Mixer ceases to exist, and the contract for Ninja and Shroud both have like a pay to play clause in there where they both got paid out their entire contract. So because in order to sell the business or their port, in order to do the transaction to Facebook, they needed to square all their contracts. They need to pay out the fucking remainder of their contract. So after only 4 or 5 months or whatever over at Mixer of a 3-year contract or whatever, they found themselves free agents completely again, and they could go wherever they wanted. So now get this. So now Mixer, the big competition they were afraid of maybe gaining some ground is gone, because that was Microsoft. They're gone. The 2 big people that left their platform are now free agents again, ready to go either back to Twitch or maybe to YouTube. And they're paying the only one of that fucking group left. They've got a contract for the next fucking 3 years for like $14 million or some bullshit. So they just fucking, they just break the contract with him and eat the fucking, and like they just plan to, I mean, let's face it, he's probably done something at some point that is against terms of service. So they probably just fucking ban him. And they just go, no, that's the reason he got banned right there. And if he takes us to court, we're going to bring it up. And then why do you think he hasn't fucking sued them? Because don't think you wouldn't sue somebody for breaking a $14 million contract or a $10 million or a 12 or whatever the fucking value was. That is wow, Streamlabs is going crazy in there. Well, I'm only on Top Chat too. I wonder how many chats I'm actually not seeing on Top Chat.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Sometimes you turn it off Top Chat and you're like, wow, there's like a whole nother conversation occurring I'm not part of. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So let's talk about Mac, because this is our local idiot. Here we go.
Subjected to rules. They treat us like we're their property. We're their slaves.
That's
Giving
right.
us all these edicts and commands.
That's
That
right.
we shouldn't be subjected to. This is for all of us.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
I'm just gonna refresh my audio here 1 second.
Yes. We're speaking up. The people here that were able to make it, we're speaking up. We're letting them know. You know, we want to be free and stop pushing the tyranny on us.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you, Mac. Thank you.
What they say.
What happened?
God bless you, Mac. God bless you.
What's the update now?
We need a hero.
Judge rejected my paperwork.
Really?
Why is my chat widget not on? I don't understand. Wait. No.
That's justice for you.
Chat box? Chat box?
Challenging the jurisdiction,
Oh.
and the media should know there's a claim against John Horgan.
But that's so weird. Why is it not on the top?
David Abbey, federal prosecutor.
I'm hearing you talk about a chatbot.
And the U.S. police chief.
No, I'm talking about the chat box right here on the screen. Look at it. It's underneath the fucking display. Shouldn't be underneath.
Okay.
Like, look at it. Just. Oh, no, nobody's talking. Oh, never mind. Fuck you, assholes. You're not talking. That's the problem.
Adrian Switzer and the U.S. police chief Dave Jensen. So a claim
Hey,
has
he's
been filed-
balding too, isn't he? Or is that just blonde hair? Oh, Mac.
Super shiny.
Fucking
That's
Mac. Come on, buddy.
shiny. Shiny.
That is a fucking patch, boy. Come on, man.
Careful, you're gonna burn the camera out with that bright spot.
Oh, it just keeps on zooming it. You can't do that apparently to a fucking YouTube window. It just keeps on zooming it.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mac, buddy. Mackie. I don't care because I got the same thing going on, brother, but that is getting to the point where it's time. Like it's time to start talking about removing it. Didn't he do Mohawk before? Jesus.
Federal prosecutor.
Here come all the fucking hair jokes now.
And the U.S. police chief Dave Jensen. So a claim has been filed against those men and women for trespass and harm that they've done. Great harm.
He's growing quite the baloney patch.
When no one was harmed. There's no one that lays claim over me, and nobody claims that I harmed them, and there is no contract, wet ink signature. So the judge basically rejected.
Oh, GRX, I agree completely. And hey, listen, no, you guys don't need to talk. I was just teasing at you. I love you guys. GRX, I don't know if I've seen that name around here so much. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I'm sorry if it's not the most entertaining stream. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. All I know is everybody talking is a mod, plus Streamlabs. See, videos grow the community. The live streams are a lot of fun, and that's where we get a lot of our financial support from the people that donate and stuff like that. And that's where member streams come in, which I need to do more of, or at all.
Well, I'm not a mod here on Discord.
You're not a mod on Discord? Oh yeah, no, we got enough mods on. I don't need mods everywhere. It's all good. Don't worry. It doesn't make you less of a person. I've stopped handing out mod wrenches a long time ago. What happens at first? We were growing so aggressively. A lot of us were just handing out a lot of mod wrenches, but then it gets to the point where you don't like. I mean, mod wrenches, they feel special when you have them, but the truth of the matter is, like, you do need to kind of at some point start slowing down a little bit, because if you end up with problems with people, I mean, it sucks when you have a fucking ton of mods, because then you don't even know who did what, because you have mods that you don't really know as well as others and stuff like that. So listen, anybody out there, if you've been here for a long time and you don't like, I see Pepper Talks there. Pepper Talks has been here all the time. Pepper Talks is always there. Pepper Talks doesn't have a mod wrench. Pepper Talks, I love you, but yeah, I haven't given you a mod wrench, and I'm sorry. Will Pinefield, that's a new name. Markham has a McCann. Is that his actual full name? McCann? I mean, Mac did seem like a short form to me. McCann has a long criminal record. I haven't looked up his record. In jail for 2 weeks. Mac victory. That's funny. I usually have it going in the background while I work, so it's hard to chat. I used to live near where he's standing. Oof. No, hey, listen, hey, don't worry about chatting. I'm just teasing you. Honestly, you're listening while you're working. I love it, buddy. I appreciate it.
And said I need to bring it up at a hearing, and that's where it's at. I repeatedly asked, said everything I have to say is in the paperwork. So that's where we're at now. I don't have a court date yet. I'm assuming they'll be in touch with me to provide, set up another court date. Wow. Can we have a document for that later? A document just explaining that later? Just what you said there? I don't know. You can type out what I said. Yeah.
You can type out what I fucking said. I mean, so for the record, Mac, I agree. That would have been my answer to that douche. Can I get that in a typed out statement? You're fucking recording it.
What is up with some people? Don't they understand?
Words are
That
hard.
is voice.
God. Less hookers
Which is
and
smarter? So which is smarter?
Yep.
Flat Earther or YEC? Young Earth Creationist.
Who's smarter?
Which is smarter? Smarter.
The problem is that, oh God, Flat Earther. That's my opinion.
That's a hard one now.
Wow, yeah, but do the Flat Earthers deny? See, the problem is
gravity.
Yeah, but the Flat Earthers deny. Do they deny dinosaurs and shit?
A lot of them do.
For the record, I've been watching a lot of Armored Skeptic lately, and I straight up swear to God that he gave me the best argument for fucking giants I've ever seen in my life, to the point where no. He backs up everything he fucking says with evidence. Every fucking thing. It's not like with these, it's not, no offense, it's not like a fucking Unirock video where we're pulling shit right out of our ass and surmising from the darkness. He says things you're like, if you've ever watched Armored Skeptic, he's a pretty cool dude. If he says things you're like, fuck off, bullshit. And then he backs it up with like exampled evidence of like, to show you the technology involved, or that this is something that, like, and that's what I mean, like, and slowly over the course of the video, he chips you away to the point where like, fuck, there's fucking giants on Earth. But he does it properly, and actually, believe it or not, this whole like these people are like mud flood Tartaria and stuff. There was an ancient fucking race of Tartarians or something. Whether there was a mud flood is fucking, but there was like because that flag, there's actually a flag for it and everything they've found or something. Like there's evidence, and they've even they find giant skulls like in North America at times, even, and in other parts of the world. And the Smithsonian comes and takes them away, and they never fucking release them ever. They just pretend it never happened. It happens all the time, apparently. So I was like, fuck. He over a 3 20-minute videos, he actually broke down and basically showed that there was like clearly like a previous, intelligent of some sort civilization, whether it be humans or giants or fucking some other Atlanteans or whatever. He backs it up with evidence. You've seen the underwater fucking shit off the coast of Africa, right? Where there's actually like an underwater, like there's like walkways with staircases and shit that are under the ocean. But they're carved out of stone that like is solid granite and stuff like that. Like it's things that would have been hard to do. They have artifacts that are like big vases made out of pure solid one piece of granite where they've carved out the inside of it with like better than we'd be able to now. So
here's a catch. It's not the fact that it's better than we could do now, that we don't try.
No, what they think, honestly, what they think after watching it, you should go watch it. Honestly, what they think is it's
we got modern equipment. We don't bother having to make those giant vases. Even now, like what I'm saying is, even now with current technology, even if you tried to, it's not that complicated to bore something out. But doing it out of a one piece of granite with no fractures in it at all. Granite, the thing about granite stone is granite stone, the way when it hardens, it's like solid. It's like the bonds on it. It doesn't harden in sheets or anything. It's like one piece. So like, even with current tools, it would be very hard to work that granite. Actually, what they're starting to wonder is if they had a geopolymer, like basically like turned stone into liquid and then formed it in molds and then rehardened it. They can do it now. We've started. Dude, get this. When a tree, you laugh. When a tree. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
For a second.
Well, but when a tree hits a rock that it cannot penetrate through a crack, or it's solid and it can't get through, it's called chelation. Stoner talk. Yeah, it's true, NS. It's called chelation. It will dissolve the rock and like it secretes a chemical that will actually liquefy portions of rock so it can push itself through. And that's how trees can make it through seemingly solid stone, because they will actually eat their way through the stone by dissolving the stone. Yeah, but they're dissolving solid granite with a chemical out of the tree. So if you can harvest that chemical, if you could figure that now, like you said, we've never bothered because we don't fucking need to. We form metal and shit. We mold metal. We never needed to do that. But if you could figure out the chemical that you need to pull away from the tree, because it's just chemistry that you need to pull away. If you figured out what chemical that was, you could liquefy stone, essentially, is the idea. So they're starting to wonder if, because some of these walls they've produced are actually molded in a way where the stones are like perfectly molded in the exact shape of the next stone, and they're so perfectly uniform that it's like it makes no sense that you'd even be able to carve. Every stone would have to be perfectly molded right there, and then even then the stones are so big that but the stones are so big they're like too big for human beings to have carted around and stuff like that. So then now you're back into having to chisel every fucking stone while it's hanging off some sort of fucking, teeter-totter style mechanism to hold it up while you chip away at it and get it perfect before. These things are fucking flush, like perfectly together, like they've never. So no, they
thinking about how it can be done. There is a way.
No, but they truthfully,
exactly how it's been done.
Yeah, well, you need to see what we're talking about, because the problem is that these look like liquid. There's staircases that have melted. Stone granite staircases that have melted. They're solid stone, but you can see the way they fucking melted. How do you melt stone? There's the quarries where the Incans pulled their fucking materials out of. They look soft. Like they don't look like, they're not cut marks. They're actually soft. They look like they've been scooped. And there's other spots where it's all where the solid granite is piled in piles, and it looks like where they were dumping slag. They were dumping the slag piles because it's built up in piles and hardened into perfect solid granite stones and slag piles. And literally, like they have like collection spots and dumping spots even, and it all looks like hardened liquid. Yeah. Like they actually are, and if you look up you guys should go watch this fucking video. It's crazy. When you look at the when they looked up, well, I'd love to talk to Thunder about, because when they looked up, he would know shit. Because the other thing is there's a free. Now hold on, I don't believe in necessarily Freemason Bibles, so just before I keep going, just let's put that out there, okay? But there's an old Freemason Bible, and it has an image in the back, okay? Like one of the images in the Bible shows like this area where they're making a structure, like this
Yeah, the stonemasons, the Freemasons or whatever. It's like a 2-page thing where they're building this big stone structure, but there's people everywhere like erecting things and using, cows to lift things on pulleys and all that stuff. But in the center of the entire image is an area where on the ground there's like all this like clay-like material, and you can see people pulling it up by hand and putting it on these pillars they have set along beams they put on logs. And you can see them putting it over, and they're turning it, and you can even see one guy holding the thing like he's carving. But these pillars were stone in the end. They weren't like clay pillars. These are
concrete.
No, it wasn't concrete. No, because the stuff we're talking about is granite. If you test it, it's granite.
Yeah.
Solid granite. No, granite doesn't. Granite doesn't. Listen.
Concrete.
You need to understand that granite. No, you need to understand the difference between the way granite and concrete forms. Granite, the way it.
With the stone pillars.
Yeah, but granite, they didn't have concrete, man. You're telling me they had concrete? They didn't have concrete the way we use it. No, they didn't. It's not. You can't liquefy concrete like that, man. You want to see the picture? I'll show you the picture.
I know how concrete works.
Yeah, but it doesn't liquefy. Later, after. I'm telling.
Concrete that looks like granite.
Dude, this is okay. So get this: the Sphinx outdates the Egyptian Empire, and the vases that I'm talking about that are made of pure granite are buried in the oldest burial plots that outdate the Egyptian society. So they were buried there before Egypt made all of its pyramids and shit even, and it's the most advanced technology that there is that they've found. And it's more advanced than the Egyptians had, and yet it's before the Egyptians. And the outside of the Sphinx was actually like a lion first or something, they figure, and the outside has actually been put over the inside veneer. So like there's a culture under a fucking culture they've started discovering. And even a lot of the temple shit going on in South America has a lot of fucked up shit going on in it. Even Machu Picchu or whatever at the top, the Incan fucking city on the top, dude, they cut the top of that fucking mountain off. You look at every other mountain in the entire area, there's not a single mountain in that entire range that has a flat top on it. That is the only mountain in that entire range that has a flat top, and you can see that it's not natural. They had to shave the top of the mountain off, a very substantial portion of the mountain. Well, that is a feat that we would have troubles doing, though, Glass Monster. That's the thing.
The thing is that unlike
these are people that fucking sent messages by putting strings on a fucking thing and running it down the fucking mountainside. Just remember. I want you to remember that when we're talking about them shearing the top of a fucking mountain off.
They only had two things to do: sleep and make monuments. They didn't have. They weren't wasting time playing with Lego like we do, like I do. They weren't wasting time walking around in Discord.
No, 3-run.
Our time
3-run. They
watching TV.
No, I think you're missing it. There's stuff underneath. There's a veneer placed over top of the outside, and yes, there's erosion, but some of the erosion is not normal. For instance, some of the stones that we're talking about here, that when you test it, it's granite. Granite doesn't form in sheets, and some of the stones have started breaking in sheets, and they've sheeted. But even when you test them, they're pure granite, but they're sheeting. Granite, the stone, does not fucking sheet. It will not sheet. It literally, ask Thunderfoot. The way it's produced, the way it forms in the earth, granite will not fucking sheet like that. So the fact that this stuff that we can test as granite and it's sheeting means that it's sheeting in a way where the blocks are, when they're breaking, the outside breaks away and there's an inside, meaning the outside layer is formed, dried, and hardened faster than the inside layer. So, and it's all granite. It's granite when you test it. That's the only thing, right? Most Roman buildings are concrete. Well, yeah, there's a form of concrete, but we're talking about older than Romans. We're talking thousands of years before the Romans. We're talking thousands of years before the Romans.
Where do you think the Romans got the concrete from?
Well, technology, they also had Greek thunder, Greek lightning and stuff like that. And we don't know how to make the Greek fire or whatever. We don't know how to make that either, but we assume it's similar.
We call it napalm.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've got our. It's fucking napalm. Like we've got our own form of it. It's the same shit at the end of the day. They found a way to make a flammable oil that went over the. Because like you said, they had nothing better to do. But get this, one of the biggest temples in Jerusalem or Israel. The way the story goes, the original story is that the emperor did not want the place built with iron tools because iron tools are implements of war, and they needed to build the entire stone structure without using iron tools. How do you do that? How do you build a stone structure without iron tools unless it's concrete? But it's not it's copper. But it's made of stone. So if the building was fucking made of copper, you'd have an argument, Glass Monster. If I walked up and the building was copper or brass, then you'd have an argument. But it's fucking well not. It's stone.
To work stone, you can use copper chisels.
Oh, but that's not there. But that's alloy. They like. Okay, well, if you're gonna say copper tools, sorry, I thought you meant building the building out of copper. Fuck. Thinking that information given in the video watch was truthful and correct. Well, that is fair, Mark. No, but it was worth watching. Like it was a fun watch. And by the way, fucking if you guys watch Armored Skeptic, he's not like he's been doing a series lately where he starts with like ghosts are real, and the next video is ghosts are fake. So first one is like building up the supporting evidence for it. And the second one is tearing it all back down again as he goes through all of the things that could have caused, the things that caused this to, and then he does others, he played with the different implements and he got them to act up and stuff like that. And so he showed how, and even like things like, oh, this device was discontinued because it was super sensitive and it would pick up radio signals. And, this device people don't use anymore for this reason. And so he would show you all the reasons why these can't be used for ghost hunting and that shouldn't be used for ghost hunting. You can't rely on that. So don't get me wrong. 3Ron and Mark Beiser, you guys are 100%. But it was someone please stop him. Fuck. It was fun. Hey, listen, we're having fun here, Corrado 77. Besides, I'm not saying it's real. I'm saying he made a compelling argument for it, is what I'm saying. So, but the melting staircase is interesting.
I like you're saying it's real.
Nothing in my. I'm kind of like a flat earther. Nothing's really real to me unless it's actually definitively proven. So, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that's been something I've known for a long time. They found temple things in South America that predated the civilizations there. They found artifacts that predate these civilizations and stuff. And it's always.
Excuse me. Who said the phrase, I'm like a flat earther?
Oh, me. Don't worry. You can cut it out. Oh, man. You think I'm worried about that there? Show you my nipple if you think it makes me fucking... Do you want to see my nipple? I'll do anything. I don't care. But yeah, thanks. $1.99 for Robert William. Thank you very much. They broke stone... They broke stone with stone before... Yeah, well, of course. But like it is things like the top of Machu Picchu. That's a lot. Like they don't even have like, it's not even like there's a stone pile on the side where they put it all. Like that's the other thing.
By the way, try finding out if you can make concrete out of granite.
You can make no, but that's yes, but you won't when you test it. It won't be a solid piece of granite. Glass Monster, thank you. You can tell what concrete is if you test it.
Give it 5,000 years.
No. Concrete will never test the same as fucking granite. It's not made of just granite. It's made of granite and lime and all that lye and all kinds of things. It will not test as pure.
5,000 years ago.
It will not fucking test as pure fucking granite. I tell you right now, it will not fucking happen. Ask Thunderfoot. It will not test. If you make something out, if you make a concrete out of any stone, it will not fucking test as pure stone. 5,000 years later, you're not going to make that lime disappear. So explain to me this then, Glass Monster. You've got a composite material that's made of multiple different elements that are mixed together, different things that are mixed together to make a composite, right? Now, that composite is locked internally. Now, how are you getting rid of the other materials in there? Do they evaporate? Where did they go, Glass Monster? Because law of conservation of mass, which Thunderfoot will beat you up about, you can't just fucking make that stuff vanish. So you've got to explain to me, does it evaporate out of the stone? Does it rinse out of the stone? How does the stuff that's locked in the center of the formation get out of it?
Realize you don't have to use lime. You never even heard me say it after 3 times.
But that's neither here nor there. But now you're making assumptions on the materials they used. The bottom line is, if you're making concrete, there has to be an activation of some sort. You have to use something to bond these things. It's not gonna, and it doesn't just vanish. You can't. I mean, Jesus, if we couldn't test things for what they're made of, I mean, that's what mass spectrometers are for. You take a little sample of something, you put it in there, and you fucking spin the shit out of it, and then they come back and go, argon, fucking calcium. Like, they just tell you exactly what's in it.
Can I talk?
Yeah, you can, but it's my show, so don't get bitchy.
Hey, look up exactly what granite is, how granite is formed. Just give it a look, exactly how granite.
It's slowly in the earth.
There is videos that
show
how
what?
it's formed. They know exactly how it's formed.
Well, of course they do. It forms solid stone, not sheets. It doesn't sheet like that.
Yeah, but look up how it's formed.
Why does that matter? You need to explain why. It's a slow process.
Slowly lowering temperature.
Yeah, but that's why it forms a solid mass that does not sheet, because of the way it forms. The other metals, the other stones can sheet. There's other stones that sheet very easily. Granite is not a sheeting. Granite is not a sheeting stone. Pure granite, doesn't matter what the color of the granite is. Pure granite will always be a solid stone. Concrete won't sheet, but you can test it as concrete. Just like such and such said here. You said it will. If I only pull a sample from a piece of aggregate in the concrete, it will test as whatever the aggregate is. When you say the aggregate, you're talking about the surface material. Or what do you mean when you say aggregate? Is he talking about the dust? What do you mean by aggregate there, Mark?
I grind up granite, and there is a chemical process they used to use.
Craven said it.
Make an activator out of granite.
Craven said it vanishes because of perspective. Cary Granite was a big star in the Flintstones. Which one's Cary Granite? She was in the
name.
In the Flintstones, because the last name. She'll be in the Flintstones. Yeah, that's right. She'll be Cary Granite.
Friggin', that's hilarious.
Anyways, no, I mean, you're right, and don't get me wrong, but there are instances of, like, there's other instances that you can find of very odd structures where basically, like, you have, like, obelisk areas or like worship areas where they have like a solid piece of quartz that's like hard, like even by nowadays you'd be like, holy fuck, how do you cut that out? And don't get me wrong, you're right, you got enough guys standing around with enough fucking suns and moons above them, you could cut that out with a fucking straw eventually and some water. You know, like if you had the perseverance. So I agree, you're right. You could basically just blow on it and cut through it eventually if you did it long enough. But still, you know what I mean? It is still one of those things where when you see something that, you know, even with our modern oil and, you know, technology and all of our, you know, machines, and you're like, fuck. Like, you know, like they used to use air conditioning back then for their food, fuck. They'd do the same way we do. They just used water. They boiled water and they used... I can't remember how I'd have to look it up in my book. Mark Beiser's going to beat me up about this now. The aggregate is the chunks of rock on the concrete mix. Yeah, if you just test the chunks of rock in the concrete mix, yeah. But if you drilled a hole into that and you sampled the drilling dust, it would be full of everything that concrete is made out of. Natural concretion will split into sheets for counters. Concretion. I don't know natural concretion. I don't know what he means by natural concretion.
Natural concrete.
You can't split granite like that though. I know. I dated a girl whose dad owned a granite factory, granite mine and plant and everything. They have to cut. They cut the fucking granite out in sheets, like in chunks the size of the back of a flatbed.
No.
Well, they can do it in different ways too. But the granite's always a solid sheet. When you buy a granite countertop, it's a solid piece. It's the same reason. It's a solid piece. It's not. But other stones, they can, like quartz, for instance, they can like put materials together and they can do things to make quartz and press it and all that kind of shit. But when they do granite, they can't do that. They have to, unless you're getting like a epoxy granite countertop where where you're getting one that's made of like granite dust and they've made like an epoxy style granite countertop. Yeah, but if you're getting an actual granite sheet, and don't get me wrong, lots of us have them. They're cheap, they look nice, no criticism. I don't have a fucking granite countertop, I can tell you that much. But yeah, when you get a nice big granite,
epoxy ones are stronger.
But you've seen how they bring it in. They even have to cut the fucking sink out. They even have to fucking cut where the sink goes right out of the goddamn piece of stone, and then they just come in and they assemble in the corners. So you have like maybe 3 pieces for your countertop or something.
Yeah.
Often aggregated some gangster across the don't get pissy, Glass Monster, by the way, you dirty son of a bitch. You could talk when I'm done talking. I'm just kidding. He's like, that doesn't happen. I know. Learn to deal, just like my children do. I'm just kidding. Hey, what time is it there? I'm just teasing you, by the way.
11:12 p.m.
Oh, I thought you were doing the fucking count. If I'm selling the false narrative you seem to have fallen for, I'd pull a core sample and chip out a piece of the aggregate, crush it up, and have it analyzed. Well, but hold on. Wedging and splitting, if you drill it, wedge it, and split it, that's not the same. And you can take anything hard and drill a bunch of holes along the edge and fucking wedge it and split it, because it's a brittle thing at that point. That's not the same as like the reason you'd have to drill it before you wedged it and split it, though, is because there's not going to be a natural, like, you know what I mean? Like other stones, I think you know what I mean, Glass Monster. Other stones you might be able to walk up and be like, oh, right here, fucking do a concussion right on the right spot and just split that entire
shale.
Well, but lots of stones shale. But granite's not one of them. Natural granite, anyways, properly formed natural granite should not shale like that. But drilling it, yeah, you'll fucking break a piece off. That's why I go through stucco walls. If you got to put a big hole through a stucco wall, you take a concrete drill bit and you just make a square, and with like just close as you can get them, and then you take the hammer and just start hitting it and fucking break the center out. Just break all those tiny little spots between the stuccos. Glass Monster's gonna say, no. You use a gigantic fucking gas-powered saw that was pioneered in the Renaissance era.
Actually, I use a jigsaw.
Yeah, but with a concrete wall? Wait, did you put a concrete blade on it then, I guess? Just zip through the outside concrete?
Well, actually, we call them a reciprocating saw, but I think you guys call them a jigsaw up there where you are in Canada.
You use this in a good old-fashioned you're talking about, well, you're in Canada. Where the hell are you? You're in Canada. You're in the east.
Hold like a machine gun.
Well, you're talking about a sawzall. You're talking about a sawzall.
Yeah.
See, a jigsaw is the one that you hold like this, and it's got like the little tiny blade that goes like, you know, like it's almost like it's like a sewing machine, like, and you got the little blade, the tiny little, and you're like that. That's a fucking jigsaw. He's going to get one now. Mark Beiser, you need to be more skeptical. No. Do you see what I was doing here, Mark? I got the conversation going, and there's 47 of you assholes watching now. So this is how you do it. See, I generated conversation. Fuck. I don't believe anything until I just think it's all very interesting stuff. And he does a good, all I was saying, if you go back and watch, you'll see that I was saying he does a very compelling job of convincing a person. Hey, there is some fucked up stuff.
I went to get a bottle of Coke.
That's all good. If you go to the pyramids, if you go look at the pyramids, there are legitimate carvings inside some of the, because, you know, they told their stories on hieroglyphics. There's legitimate carvings that show, like, some sort of craft coming down from the sky and their emperor going for a ride in something. Like, no, you can, dude, these are real. You can see that they're actually hieroglyphics. They're real.
That even the Egyptians did that. Not everything they did was for seriousness.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing. It might just be a fun story on a wall, right? And then you come along thousands of years later and you go, fucking dude went for a fucking ride. Now, that said, I'll give you one other, maybe wait for a second video. Well, that one's old. He's not having a second one, that one. That's actually part of a 3-part series of videos. You should really go watch them, Mark. It's compelling. Maybe watch it before you knock it, buddy. Oh, what was I about to say, though? What did you say before that? I was about to make a point. What do I have up here? Pig face. There you go. What do you say before that? You said something. Spit it out, bitch. There it is. Hey, Brandy, look at the great ziggurat of Ur. Thing was made entirely of musk brick from nearly 5,000 years ago. I think I know of that one. I'll look it up. That's neat. Let me take a look.
Police, alert, please hit that like button. And while you're at it, become a
You can listen. If you hit the like button, you can come and make fun of me on a weekly basis. That's how it works. Neat. Oh, okay. Wow, that's a big ass fucking building, boy. But here's something interesting. These buildings all use the same window design, like around the world. From the same time frame, from the same era. They have the exact same archways in their doorways and the same window designs and everything all the way around the planet. The oldest walls you can find in any country will have those same window designs and everything. Now, but they're all around the globe in different countries. So, yeah, it's very compelling to watch. I'm not saying that was true, but 2,000 years from now they will wonder how star travel was lost. Well, exactly, right? That's the thing. Like, there are technologies they had that to us might seem ridiculous, but like, we're making geopolymers now. We just make them differently. We use a lot of different chemicals and additives and, you know, like fucking like dust, this type of stone dust and that type of stone dust, but we make geopolymers. And it's where you're making, you know, moldable stone that hardens back into actual, back into actual stones. Let me just take a look here. Geopolymer. We'll look it up. Geopolymer. Don't worry. I still love you, buddy. Gotta put you in your place a little bit, though. Glass Monster was getting a little hairy there. He's like, I shaved. Look at it.
Hey. Unlike some other people that aren't getting very hairy.
So, like, let's see here. Cement conc. Yeah, here. 0% cement concrete.
Yes. Now you're hitting it.
Or the first concrete slab with no cement. Yeah, but there's no cement in here at all.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a geopolymer. Right. Yeah, but that's all I'm saying that they did, though. See, you're saying right, but I'm saying that's all I'm fucking saying they did. So it's a geopolymer. That's what I'm saying. All they did is, it's not that big of a stretch to think that a people whose entire lives were making things out of stone figured out how to do what we've only now started figuring out how to do because we've decided metal's getting fucking expensive. Like, but back then they didn't have fucking steel and alloys the way we do. Like, yeah, they had brass and they had, you know, they had, yeah, and they had some tools and stuff, but it's not like now. But now here we are starting to go, oh, geopolymer. Well, all they're doing is mixing some chemicals together. The ancients had chemicals figured out pretty fucking good. You know that. They developed birth control pills in China thousands of fucking years ago. You know, they
they weren't like, you know, as good as we are, but they were figuring out chemicals, and they, like you said, they had a lot of time to do it. You know, so
that's right.
Yeah.
And there was probably a lot less EPA, you know.
Well, that's the other thing too. It wouldn't have mattered if that tree sap they were pulling out of that rare tree 1,000 kilometers away was affecting the fish in the lake down there. They fucking wouldn't. They wouldn't even know. They'd be like, God must be smiting us. The fish are dying. Like, you know, like they wouldn't even connect the dots between the chemical they just started pouring in the river. They just weren't that smart. They just weren't that smart. But that's all I'm saying is that. So I agree with you. I'm saying like it's. But that's what he's saying. He's saying it's that they didn't carve it out of the rocks, that they geopolymered it, and that there's a chance that this ancient civilization, like, you know, it could have even just been us, but just ancient humans. There's cities under the ocean. That is provable. That thing exists. You can see fucking footage of it. You could scuba dive at it. There is a city under the ocean that is all made of stone with staircases and fucking walkways and halls and corridors and everything. And
you know what settling means?
To what?
Do you know what settling is, though? You know what settling is, right?
Okay, go ahead.
The ground settles.
Yeah. Okay. Is it settle? Does it settle? Does it settle into a perfect corridor that goes to a staircase at the end, or?
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
What I meant, it's underwater because of settling.
Well, but actually, no. The ocean level. The ocean. No, they know the ocean levels have risen. They know they have. They have evidence of that too.
Okay.
There's a road. There's the road. They can follow. Once they found where this thing was off the coast, they found a road, a stone road under the silt that goes all the way from the fucking shore to the fucking settlement in the water. That's real. That has existed. That I learned about that like 15 years ago. They've and so the road literally starts
150 feet.
No, we're talking hundreds. We're talking like no, what's actually more likely is that there was a continental shift that caused it to drop, that caused that continent to drop into the ocean more, just kind of like the story of Atlantis. Well, but that's the story of Atlantis. You see, is that the city was lost to the ocean. So, see where I'm going with this? I'm not saying it's real. I'm just saying that there is supporting evidence to Atlantis. I'm not saying it was a city of advanced people flying around in spaceships. We're just saying that there was a city that was potentially lost. Might have been a bunch of stone cutters living there, but there is a city about where they where because remember, they was always supposed to be like off the coast of Africa is the idea. Well, guess where they found that fucking place? Yeah, off the coast of Africa.
No big deal. No big deal that there's a lost city, as long as nobody starts trying to attribute mystical nonsense.
Well, and nobody here is trying to attribute mystical nonsense. The only thing I've attributed is that possibly they knew how to geopolymer. That's not a stretch. For people who did everything by stone, to me it's not a stretch to think that some ingenious person out there, the same kind of people that invented their Greek fire and stuff like that, somebody went, holy shit, if I fucking put these together, I can basically take, you know, this dirt and form it, you know what I mean, and form like a concrete-like stone polymer. Yeah, absolutely. Now, now, if you want to get into the semantics of what is concrete other than just like a form of polymer or like aggregate compound, then that's an argument to be made. It's not a geopolymer in that essence, but what is a geopolymer? I mean, I would argue that at that point, you're probably not wrong. That this is the thing, you gotta let me get there with you, by the way. So that's the thing. I would argue you're almost not wrong, because what is a concrete other than another form of geopolymer, really? I mean, really.
You realize, you know what a concretion is?
Well, I don't really know the word. I saw somebody else say concretion, and I should probably look up the actual definition here of concretion.
Okay, you know the word concrete?
Well, I know what a secretion is, and I know what concrete is, but so I can.
Concrete. Look it up.
Yeah, but you're talking about that's like sedimentary rock, basically, is concretion. But that's not the same thing again. Apparently, agates are concretion. Oh, that's a beautiful agate. Holy shit! Look at this fucking agate. Oh man, my screen's not big enough. Look at this agate. Here, check this agate out. This is amazing. Here, I want to show it. I want to show this agate off, so I'm gonna. Give me 1 second.
concrete by definition basically is a artificial concretion.
Look at this agate. That's fucking a beautiful agate. Jesus. That's gorgeous. Agates don't usually get that pretty. Jeez. I got a little piece of agate around here somewhere.
Oh, you mean a geode?
Well, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I was taught it was like an agate. Like it's an agate stone. Like a geode, I guess. I mean, a geode is the right... I don't know what the fuck it is.
That's what I know of.
Found a whole bunch of condoms. Let's see. Expiry date. Holy shit, this is still good. 2022. Hey, baby! I'm just kidding. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know where my piece of agate is.
Demonetized here for advertising. Condom.
They will. Are you kidding? They'll probably advertise condoms on the fucking channel. In fact, if you were going to advertise... In fact, I will argue, Class Monster, that this is the exact channel to advertise condoms on because you don't want to have me.
For only $1 each, get your slightly used brainy beaver condoms. Get them here.
Well, I found my old hunting license. I was actually wondering where that was. This is a good idea. I should just go through my drawers on stream more often. This is great.
What are you looking for?
I have a geode, goddammit!
Easy now, boy.
I don't know where it is.
Come down, my son.
I've lost it. It's not in my money collection. I've got some of Fight's money. I'm gonna throw some British pounds at that bitch when I see him one day. Anyways. Okay, let's put that back. I swear to God it was in there, but anyways, oh well. I don't know where it is right now. I have a kind of like a slice of one.
You know the coin pieces of 8?
The pieces of 8? Are we talking about like Lord of the Rings? What are we fucking talking about now?
Remember the old change known as pieces of 8? Back in the pirate piece?
Oh, yeah. Well, you're talking about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, well, the coins.
Well, yeah.
Coin.
That's how he got cursed. He pieces of 8'd it. He took it. The process in which matter forms into a concretion. A mass of solid concretions built up layer upon layer. Yeah, okay, but okay, so concretion, that's fine. So they're saying also around a small nucleus, like if you had like a you know, like a sedimentary point form out of it, well, you know, like a crystallization point form in something.
Which is basically how.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's how any of these geopolymers, let's face it, are really made. You're creating, you're just creating you're trying to create a crystalline structure, basically.
Said people back then found the materials that actually were used, in nature to form granite to begin with. They could have done it themselves.
The Egyptian thing was related to their beliefs about the afterlife. No, of course it was, Mark. But there was something to do with that. There was because the Sphinx is what? It's like a different kind of thing now. But I guess it was like there's evidence that it was a lion before, and then back at the time of Egypt or before Egypt, it would have pointed towards Leo, the constellation Leo, I guess. So it was like a lion that pointed towards the lion in the sky, kind of thing, is the idea. So like, there's just interesting things like that. Anyways, it's neat stuff. I mean, there was definitely the thing that's interesting about ancient civilizations. There's definitely some technologies. By the way, somebody said here he said, where is it? Skepticism test. Was the Baghdad battery a real battery? I don't even know what the Baghdad battery was. I think I've heard of that though. Wait a minute.
There are these jars that they were literally used to make batteries with. Yes.
The Baghdad battery or Pathern battery is a set of 3 artifacts which were found together: a ceramic pot, a tube of copper, and a rod of iron. Looks to me like they had the makings of a battery.
Yep. And you string a whole whack of batteries together, what do you get? More voltage.
See, but this is the thing. Like they
put enough of them together, you could literally light lights.
This is the thing, like, they were playing with this kind of shit. And by the way, Tesla, like, a lot of Tesla's technology was, like, confiscated by the U.S. government when he died. Like, never released. He was working on making power transmit.
He was also by the end of his life pretty much a nutcase.
He was a little loony. He was at the time, like by nowadays standards, he wouldn't be his theories wouldn't be very advanced. But for his time, his theories were pretty advanced though. Like the idea of transferring electricity through the airwaves and all that kind of stuff. Like he was on the cutting edge for his day.
You cannot transfer real power through the airwaves.
Well, you can light up a light bulb through the airwaves. So I mean, I would argue that you might be wrong.
I said real power.
But what's the difference between real power? Yeah, but it's like Aaron Ross said, you either have real or imaginary.
Try starting electric motors through the air.
Yeah, but that's not when you
turning something.
Okay, but hold on. When you say real power, then your definition of real power is how much actual raw amperage or actual raw power can be transferred.
You can light a fluorescent light with milliwatts.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. When you say real power, your definition of real power, milliwatts is real power. Your definition of real power is like real power, something like run something substantial is what you're saying.
Power.
Yes, usable quantity of power. I see what you're saying. Okay, yes, I get what you're going.
You got to remember,
because when you said to me real power, I'm like, well, but you only have real or imaginary, like Aaron Ross said the other day. You know, so it's like you only get the two, right? So you're just talking about like a real usable amount of power.
Usable, like
yeah,
not just a watch battery worth of output.
You can find geodes on a local mountain here. You know what's funny is when I was on a certain beach in England, I was in England, not Scotland. I was in England, but I don't know what beach. I was a kid. You could just pick up fucking agates off the beach. I remember just picking up stones, and if they were round, you could just go over to a rock and smash it open, and it would have crystals on the inside. They were just laying on the beach. Geodes all over the fucking beach. I don't know what beach I was at. All over. Smashed open like 4 or 5 of them. I think it was like every third rock was a geode. When you had to look for the ones that were round, right? You look for a big bulbous rock. But still, smash it open and it'd be geode. Sure enough, you'd be like, holy shit! Like, and they weren't like super pretty geodes, but they were geodes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
geodes are awesome.
I used to be able to do that too when I was a kid. I used to be able to do that when I was a kid too.
You talking about smashing? Oh, sorry, no, I mean, just kidding. That was a sexual joke, buddy. I was joking. I was joking about you getting any. He doesn't look too enthused, everybody. You see that non-smile he's got going on there? He's like, I used to do that when I was a kid. I was like, what, you used to smash when you were a kid? Oh, wait, I see what you mean. Rocks, geodes, got it. Listen, if you're going to be on this channel, you got to be able to laugh at yourself. You'll never make it, fuck.
This Brady Beaver feller has certainly got a dirty mind, I tell you.
Oh, yeah, you're damn straight. See?
It is more filthy than the back end of my ass.
Well, there you go. Hey, listen, and you're in good company because Craven Mordek says I'll give you real usable power with a wink. There you go. That's for you. That's for you, Glass. He told me he wanted to run your fucking beard hair through his lips. He wanted to parse your sexy beard hair through his lips and just whisper Glass Monster into your ear.
I don't think so.
I find it, but Mark Bozzer says, I find it ironic that Tesla's last years were spent living in a room in a hotel that had an Edison DC generator powering a DC lighting system. Yeah, you know, that is funny, actually. They use DC power on their lighting? I didn't know that.
Certain buildings were still holdovers with it.
Oh, illegal to remove geodes, though. That's bullshit when that happens. I hate that. It's like, there's a bunch of pretty rocks on that mountain, but you can't fucking touch them. You know, like, and I get it, because everybody starts going there, and everybody leaves with a fucking rock. There's a beach in, like, Greece. I think it's Greece. It's a beach in Greece, I think it's Greece, or one of those countries, but I'm almost positive it was Greece, where it's like a white sand. It's on one of their islands. It's like a beautiful, like, the whitest fucking white sand beach you'll ever see in your life. It is like, it's big fine
and you're never fucking coming back to the island again if you get caught taking sand. They check bags leaving at the airport for sand. Yeah. They literally check the bag and they like any sand. You're not allowed to take any. Like, so what they find most is like, you know, like water bottle with like sand in the bottom stuffed into the bag. Because people like taking a little bit of sand because how beautiful white it is. But of course you get, you know, 1 million tourists a year. Everybody takes a fucking little bottle of sand with them. You got no sand left on your fucking beach. So yeah, you changed when I made that sexy remark towards you. I feel like I weirded Glass Monster out here, guys. There you go. Now you know how to chase Glass Monster off. Just say something sexually charged at him. He just gets all Riley. He's like, "Okay, I gotta go. I don't know. My masculinity training's coming in 15 minutes." Here, let's let Mac talk a little bit more because he was far from done. Oh, and wait, by the way, this bitch right here, you have to hear this woman. She's so crazy. They fucking shut her down. Literally, like, watch. I'll just show the end of it and then we'll watch it in a minute. We'll watch it, but like, look at this. It's like live. That's it. Thank you very much. Shut the fuck up, lady. Like, it's seriously, you wait. It's amazing. Here.
So I don't know. It could be several months down the road if it gets to that, right? So you're but. Well, it's new legal territory, okay? This is, you know, the people are fighting.
So are you free to go about your life?
In the interim, are you still under a quarantine?
No. Quarantine ended on Wednesday.
Okay. You did your 14 days.
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to ask that. Actually,
you can do whatever you want then.
I would think so.
No, I would double check on that one. Trust me, I've been through the system.
Land of the free, man. Land of the free. Yeah. So there I something. I really appreciate that you did this. You are the very first man. I was in the quarantine.
All right, this lady is absolutely batshit crazy. Just wait for it. This is. Did you see this already, Glass Monster? On Mac's channel? Yep. Oh fuck, she is absolutely. That's why they shut her down. You've seen it, then you know. It's like he's like, okay, you're fucking making me look even. Yeah, oh no, it's playing. I'm about to play it right now. I just want to set everybody up because this is part of fair use.
Like, people watching haven't seen it.
Oh my god, guys, it's amazing. It's like they shut her down because it's like, okay, lady, I need you to stop. You're not helping me. He doesn't say that, but you can tell. It's the way it goes down. You're like, oh. But when Mac Parhar shuts you down because you're crazy, that's when you know. That's when you know, boy.
And they asked me how I'm doing. I said, listen, for every day in my quarantine, I'm going to charge you $100 million. And that money I'm going to give to the kids which you destroyed with the Bill Gates vaccine in Africa and India. I'm not going to take myself. But I didn't have a courage to use it to tell me no. Across the border on PCR.
Sorry.
Walkthroughs always suspicious.
Here we go. Now you can hear her.
This is really crazy.
You hear me?
This is a fascism against humanity. You can put him in quarantine. Even I called Bonnie Henry and she says only you have to be in quarantine. They bring me to the health officer and she says, it's okay, you can sleep in one room, he can sleep in another room, but you have not to go out. You really feel like in prison. It's dry.
Who are they to tell you?
They're feeling in the prison 40 days after, I still can't sleep. I have a trauma in my brain that I'm in the prison. It's horrible. It's completely breaking the constitutional law, Canadian law, nautical law, and common sense law. This is a tyranny.
Common law.
And this man has the courage to risk everything and to tell them no. I couldn't.
We need a hero.
That I'm coward, and we have to stand. Everybody, no quarantine. This man is a hero. Hero number one. I face a quarantine. It's a horrible, and he doesn't want it. He wants to be like me. People stand up.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
What does that mean?
That means something is wrong in the country. We are obeying George Soros. We are obeying Rothschild, Jacob. We are obeying Bill.
Oh my God! Look at this sign right here.
Yeah.
Look at that one. Support Mac rally. Say no to quarantines. Christ. That just charges him right up, doesn't it? That black and white image of him right there. Mac. Mackie.
Call the bobbies.
Oh,
Call the bobbies.
Oh, Mac, you're my hero, Mac. God damn it, Mac.
The Orwell dictature. We are obeying horrible stuff with our authority, which is police. Both members, yes.
That's Romanian, I think.
Illuminati.
No, that's Romanian. At a Romanian math teacher. I think it's Romanian. She's in Romania. When we teach in Romania, they talk like that. It's very much a long-winded answer to things. That's exactly how she would talk. My math teacher in high school, Romanian, guaranteed.
I know another person that does.
What? Who? Oh, me? Well, yeah.
No name.
What? Sorry, you keep delaying. Well, go ahead. Spit it out. All right, play it.
1,903 Illuminati claim this agenda, and they are so happy to separate mother from the family and to do this. Now it's their stage. 2001, they tried with the bird flu. 2009, they tried with the swine flu. But this time they change the PCR test will be criteria to pandemia, which is completely illegal. And PCR test is taking our DNA, also putting nanoparticles in our brain, and put a different type of viruses like Lyme. That's it.
Thank you very much.
I can't stop laughing.
Like, I'm pretty sure he shut her down there. That's how I saw it. Slovackish? Slovackish, somebody said. It's that area. It's like Romania. It's definitely like a Russian, like, part of the old USSR. It's one of those old Russian breakaways is what it is for sure. So it'll be like Romanian, Ukrainian. It'll be one of those.
Hey, a simulation for her.
Oh man, it's crazy shit. And then his audience starts getting shitty with the camera crews.
We're at, I don't know, I got another court date coming up in the future. We'll stand up against the infringement on the rights and freedoms of every man and woman, and get people to think a little bit more.
Helping to destroy their own lives.
50 healthy people here. Healthy people are not criminals. Healthy people shouldn't be quarantined. The sick need to be quarantined. Healthy people shouldn't wear masks.
How about you, House?
Asymptomatic, 2-week asymptomatic thing.
Well, they're being stupid because they don't know if they're healthy or not. They're just either being purposely. What's up?
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, loose lips there yelling there about being quarantined. Shouldn't you be quarantined too? You're in the crowd with them.
Well, none of them are wearing masks and shit. But here they get shitty. They get shitty with the crews here.
Behind that I could find. So if you guys can provide the science behind that, other than just blank claims made by the authorities, and please provide it to the people, so then we can review it to them. But as of now, our research has found no science to 2-week asymptomatic quarantining.
Why don't you do research yourself? Why? Why don't you find the research? Find. We're challenging you. Find the science behind this mask and behind the quarantine. Find the science. You know what? They're gonna put you on there and no one else.
Right here.
Honorable people. Look at that. Scum fake people.
Garbage. Wearing masks outside.
News people.
I guess the virus is airborne. You gotta wear your mask outside.
An honorable job, not their scummy
The virus is airborne. Wear your mask outside, right? You guys are just fucking idiots. Fucking so stupid. Huh? They drive me crazy. Wearing masks outside, it just blows my mind. Highly educated individuals.
Apparently not.
Fucking, I can't believe this here. Every day I wake up, I'm like, is this real? It is. I was starting to get heated. I gotta get away from those people. Like, I get so angry.
Sorry, I can't hear you, buddy. Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
You got a big friggin' whack of people in a small field. I would expect they should be wearing masks outside.
Oh.
Really? You get enough people in a small area like that, it'd be no different than being indoors.
The Court of Parhar, the paperwork Mac filed, the Court of Parhar, total tool. Yeah, Mac's just all after the attention. Satellite states, how ironic. I, for one, welcome our new nanite overlords. Mark. That's awesome, Mark. You know that Marco Ramius was Lithuanian by birth? Lithuanian? Do your own research. She's saying conduct your own unregulated medical experiments on yourself. Well, if Mac's doing it to himself, then I don't give a fuck. He can do what he wants. He's like, and we do this.
Want to swing by here for a little bit of electroshock therapy?
Oh yeah, no shit, eh? So I am going to save this for another live stream, but
I'll try not to max my variac.
I'm going to save this for another live stream, but the wife swapper USA apparently
That the Earth is flat,
had a flat earther.
What mainstream science says it is. Mainstream science and history.
So yeah, she's but here, I'll just give you a little tidbit of it.
My fear is that he may actually be teaching his kids the exact same thing. And if that's what they're learning, then...
Music and all that. Baba booey, baba booey. Oh, wait. Oh. They can't go. Analytics can't figure me out now. Ha ha! Take that, you AI. Ha ha, it'll never find me.
You're being set up for failure.
It's how you fuck up the AI. It doesn't know. So yeah, there's a flat earther. Now, something you need to know about this flat earther. Boy can fucking jam, okay? Because this is... I found his YouTube.
You're running, are you running Firefox dark mode?
No, Chrome. This is YouTube dark mode.
Looks like...
No, this is YouTube.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, but this is YouTube, not
Yeah,
the
right.
actual, not the, like, everything else is regular mode. So right. This is YouTube. YouTube's in dark.
Yeah.
Don't click it off. Where is it? God damn it! Oh, you made me switch. I blame you. Okay, here we go. Buddy can jam. I found his YouTube. Look at. He's a.
Excuse me.
Apparently, I only have it in my left ear right now, though. Oh, it is in both ears there, but then it. That must be the audio recording. In both ears there. Okay, my earphones didn't just break in real time. I thought for a fucking second that my earphones just broke in real time because you know they gotta break. Everything breaks, fuck. So it started with both ears and then. Yeah, and then a second later I'm like. I had to replace. These are the exact same set as I used to have, but just in blue because this last winter, the other ones died finally. Cord finally broke in here. I'm pretty good at these. Like all I do is I hang them up when I'm done. So I mean, it's a shame when they break, but so yeah, he's a flat earther and he likes to get his jam on.
That's why I said excuse me.
He's anyways, there's nothing. That's nothing on that channel but this shit. Like this is what he.
Watching a flat earther roller skating.
Apparently, this is what he fucking does. Like literally, like this is jam. Yep. Yeah.
Away.
Anyways, there's some old stuff there that I was gonna look at here. We did Stinky Cash. Here's a kid taking the shit out of flat Earth. Here we go. This is what flat Earth is nowadays. Flat Earthers, your jokes.
It's me, Mr. Pig, here to ask this little dot guy if the Earth is flat. Alexa, is the Earth flat?
In fact, the Earth is not flat.
What do you mean, you stupid little dot guy? Alexa, the Earth is flat.
Earth is not flat.
You are as stupid as a stupid Elmer. Goodbye, Trickaboo.
So there you go. Flat Earth has become that. Like, as in, like, there's such a joke that the kids are just having fun with their phones sitting on the floor. Like, and I want to point, and before we go, I want to point some. By the way, this is pretty cool. Geopalmer. We never did look at the Geopalmer, I guess, here.
And we want to measure the difference. This is why the first truck has only got 2 cubic meters of material.
Man, it looks an awful lot like concrete, boys.
Material and measures without any cold joint. This product is
interesting. It's just concrete.
Has already reduced the cost and it's bringing now higher. And no.
Have the most support the contractors and manager here. Oh, wow, so it worked.
Send a link to that to my channel, or to me, would you?
Holy shit.
DM me a link to that.
Yeah, I will, but do you see the fucking ingredients? Jesus. That's ridiculous. That's a fucking, that's like,
can't read it from here.
It's 60% fly ash, 40% slagment. Like, it's all made of not, basically it's primarily all just waste product. Because fly ash is like a byproduct off of like an industrial process probably, right?
Yep.
I'm just going to send this to you now so I don't forget. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, fly ash, I have to deal with that in the big boiler down at the place I go to once in a while to fix things.
Yeah,
it literally would almost, it's an amazingly nasty stuff on equipment.
I can find it here. There was one more thing. He talks about the borehole, and I'd like to get into that another day. Because I found this neat video.
At the moment, it seems to be sending its pollution northwards.
Like, look at they talk about, you know, the big Kola borehole in Russia where they went as deep as humans have ever gone.
In what is now Russia.
Yeah, that's
well,
a long
shown
time
by the
ago.
star.
Oh yeah, but like
Lenin is looking down on 3 research.
But they go over the whole thing, like how they got out there. They had to make skis for the certain things, but there's an experiment here I want to show. If I can just find it here real quick. There it is, right there. There it is. Look at here. Here, right here, here. There's this part. Watch.
Our multinational experiment is to obtain a seismic cross-section through the crust at the one place in the world where we can test our ideas on the deep layering of the continents against the ground truth of the rock samples recovered from the well in over 20 years of drilling. You can get an idea of the...
Apparently I've covered up Glass Monster here somehow. Fuck. Oh, yeah, I moved off the page. That's what happened. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Here you go.
The scale of this Russian feat of engineering by looking at this 1 to 1,000 scale model.
This is fucking fucked up, okay? So you look where we started, okay, everybody? This is the building. This is the mock-up.
I know what a 1 to 1,000 scale is.
I'm not talking to just you there, fucking dick. I just did. Hey, Glass Monster, there's a bunch of people watching. I'm just teasing you. I'm teasing you. I'm talking to everybody too, Glass Monster. You're not the only one here. So for all the people that didn't see that, I was just trying to point out that that is an entire building, just so that before we keep moving, it's got to take them with you, Glass. You got to take them on the journey, buddy. He's not very happy. I've called him a dick a couple of times. I love you, you know. That's how I talk to people. As I told you, I'm a fucking asshole.
Eat beaver. Oh.
So that is an entire building, and those are windows. Those are full-size man windows. That's a door on that mock-up down here. That's a man door. So
You can get an idea of the scale of this Russian feat of engineering by looking at this 1 to 1,000 scale model. At that scale, a human being is just under 2 millimeters high. And as we look down under the model shelf, the 12 meters of string hanging down 4 flights in the stairwell represents to scale the 12 kilometers depth into the crust.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
The slinky spring hanging just to the left of the drill string gives an idea roughly to the correct timescale of the passage of seismic waves down and back up, as if they were bouncing off a layer about 12 kilometers deep. It takes 2 or 3 seconds for the shock pulse to go down and back up.
That's so cool. So yeah, I mean they They only got to what 15,000 feet before they had to terminate that experiment because they weren't able to. It was just hot. They actually said that because they were, I guess they were expecting. You must be fucking tired, boy. It's what, midnight there right now, or is it later?
It's only 11:55 p.m.
Yeah, it's all good. We're gonna end soon, anyways. I just figured we'd talk about this. They said that what happened.
I usually go to bed about 3:30, 4 a.m.
Well, don't get me wrong. I got things I gotta do. I've been streaming almost 3 hours. It's coming up soon. What I was gonna say is they said, if you read about it, they said that what happened is when they got down to about that depth, they were expecting to have about 100 degrees Celsius on average, and they were getting 180 degrees Celsius, which is like almost double. Now magma starts forming. Stone will start forming magmas around 600 Celsius. So they're at 180. They're damn near a third of the way towards the melting point of rock. So what started to happen is the rocks, the materials started behaving more like plastic than stone.
Yep.
And it was gumming up the drill heads, and they couldn't. It was like wrecking the drill heads by gumming them up and ruining them. And it wasn't like a hard stone anymore. It started becoming softer. That's fucking crazy, eh? Like that's wild. So, but again, it's the same thing. The flat earthers will say, like, there's no evidence there's a molten core. I'm like, well, I mean, just like the atmosphere going up, if it keeps getting fucking hotter, like, you know, like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, right? You know what I mean, Glass?
Yeah.
Now, Glass, talk about something you want to talk about for a few minutes.
Another way to show that there's molten core?
What's that?
They got these things that are around certain mountains known as volcanoes.
I know, right? Let's just ignore these. Let's just ignore these gigantic pumps of fucking proof out of the earth.
Molten rock exploding out of the ground every once in a blue moon.
There's no proof that there is a molten core, sir. There's no proof at all. Yeah. Hawaii 2019. Was that 2018? How many years? Was that 2 years ago now? Or it's half the island. They actually grew in size, though.
No, that's CGI. No, that's CGI.
Didn't they get like another 5 feet of shoreline or something like that in the end? Or they end up with like, there's an area where they got a couple 100 yards or something. I think they got a couple football fields in some spots of island.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all bedrock. It's all like stone based too.
That's how islands form.
Well, yeah, but yeah, those ones, anyways. The neatest thing in the mountains, if you go to the Canadian Rockies, is the way you can see some of the mountains. The way you can see it's clear how the stone was just like just pushed up. Like you can see how it was like because you can literally see the flat. It's easy once you're standing back and looking at the entire mountain as a whole. You can see how it's flat like this, but then there's the sheared side like this, and you can literally see it. You can see the way it just wedged out of the ground like that. And so everything that used to be like this is now on an angle. It's so cool. You just got this perfect. And that's because that one was a push-up, right? So that part of the mountain range is all just.
Yeah, because the crust goes together slowly and then just piles up.
Yeah, and that one's a pile-up one. So all the mountains in that range, a lot of them are exactly. They're all kind of like push-ups. Zone. Well, yeah, but I couldn't remember the name. You're right.
Not completely subduction, just partial.
But yeah, it's neat. I like those kinds of mountains. It's really cool because you just, like I said, one glance and you can really clearly see where it pushed out of the earth. And the thing is, and we all know that these are things that happen, but it's amazing to sit back and look at the power.
Yeah, but there's no moving continents on the flat Earth.
Oh, the Earth is stationary and non-moving. I know, even though that fucking mountain clearly pushed right out of the ground, but no, stationary, non-moving. Yeah.
It's not moving fast enough for them to call it moving.
A good point, by the way. I like the way you make that. Oh, the thing about like, oh, you can't feel the earth moving, that blows my mind. You wouldn't feel yourself on an but you wouldn't feel yourself on an airplane if you didn't have turbulence. Like all it is change in speed. If you didn't have any friction at all, you wouldn't feel that either. The fact that they can't comprehend that, to me, is just. And then they all say things like, "Yeah, but if you were on the wing of the airplane, you get blown right off." It's like, the fucking, like it's.
The atmosphere is going along with us. They don't get that either.
They're like, yeah, but it's windy out there. I'm like, yeah, because the plane's fucking going fucking 500 miles an hour. Anyways, Fun times. Is there anything?
Space.
It might.
But space.
Brainy's head
space
looks
is fake.
No, I know, right? Brainy's head looks like Gunjack from Tekken. Nice. Let's look up Gunjack from Tekken now. That's what's happening. Oh, that is start your editor. Nope, that's not the button I wanted to push.
Don't you wish you had a beaver beard like this?
That is just straight terror.
Why?
Ted, what? Jack had a mohawk. I don't know. I think Mac Parhar is the one with the gun jack hair. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm getting pretty tired here too. I got to get some things done. Glass, is there any things that you wanted to mention or talk about? Any things you're working on or anything of the sort? Just shout it out. It could be an OnlyFans. I heard you started an OnlyFans. I'm sure there's some silverback gorillas out there that'll be interested. I meant that jokingly. I'm talking about old ladies. Anyways, it is still.
I'd rather be silverback gorillas than flat earthers.
That's fair enough. Anyways, yeah, no, seriously though, go check out Glass's OnlyFans. He needs the love over there, guys. Other than that, what else you got? Anything else?
Yeah, I can always spam my Discord server.
There you go. Wait, listen. Feel free. Hey, listen. You think you're a mod in here? By all means, drop it in the chat. Drop it in. Seriously. Everybody, if you want to go on that Discord server every once in a while, every blue moon, you might even be able to talk to a guy named Thunderfoot. You never know. You never know.
It's happened to you. Didn't it happen to you twice or just the one?
I think I've talked to him twice, but I mean, I'm just so busy. You're like, Thunderfoot's here. I'm like, fuck, I'm not even at my computer right now. Like, Glass will be like, Thunderfoot, and I'll be like, you guys don't get it. Like, I mean, I know you get it. I know he's bugged. Glass will send me a message.
Mashing the keyboard, spelling it wrong 3 times.
Fuck, well, yeah, that's because I did one. I mean, it's like anything. Meeting him's fun. I mean, I can say I've done that now, but it's like Glass will send me a message. You'll send me a message like 10 minutes after a stream. You'll be like, hey, man, what's going on? And I'm like, fuck, man, my computer's already, this desk is empty. I'm upstairs, like, putting kids to bed already. It's like,
yeah, you want to talk to Thunderfoot with us?
Yeah, and I'm already like laying on the floor with my phone like this, going, I can't talk. I'm laying on a floor. So like, it's literally things end and I move right to the next task. So don't feel bad.
And then I reply back, we've been talking about Thunderfoot with you.
Oh yeah, it's all good.
Talking with Thunderfoot.
But yeah, so feel free to throw your link in the chat there, because you have the ability to do that. So don't be afraid of doing that. And people can go check out Thunderfoot. They go check out Glass Monster's Discord server, and there's some nice people in there chatting about science on a good average basis. So it's a good place to go get some science talk on. And other than that, I don't have a whole lot to. I'm trying to think of which one of these is so they can hear you. That's the one I want there. Just tell me if you can hear the music, Glass. I don't think you can. No, I don't think you can. So, hey, listen. Yeah, okay. I don't know what else to say. It's fun. I thank you for letting me beat you up, Glass. I hope you don't take anything too to heart there. I like taking the shit out of people, so taking the piss out of people, so. I wouldn't listen. Let's put it this way, Glass. I wouldn't have invited you if I didn't want to have you on my channel. Let's put it that way. Okay, buddy? Well, you know what I mean. So just don't take, if when I called you a dick or joked you around, don't take any of that to heart. That's me being me. It's me having fun with you. You gotta be able to fun. So, yeah. So if you have anything else to say, spit it out now or forever hold your peace, Glass Monster. I think we're gonna take this bitch to an ending here. See spamming it.
Peace.
Peace.
Me? Peaceful? I don't think so.
I'm a little disappointed.
Only when I'm asleep.
Talking. Yeah. Sorry.
Only when I'm asleep.
Fair enough.
Am I at peace?
I love this chair. I'm only disappointed with one part. It's the armrests. There's little cracks formed on the armrest where I push down the most on them because the rubber flexes. And mind you, it has a 3-year warranty. So I probably... Now that's aesthetic, but... I've also got another problem that's been there since the day it started, and so I want them to replace these armrests. So I'll probably bug them about it. Yeah. What's the point in having a $600 chair with a 3-year warranty if you're not going to use it? Go ahead.
And here's an unending link sitting in your DM on Discord for you to stick in the video description if you wish.
Oh, sure, just because you're in here with me. I'm tired.
Is that what it takes?
I don't just link. People don't just put links to other people like all over the place for no, you know, like all the time or anything. But yeah, I mean, if you're in on the show, I mean, that's how you get a link in there for sure all the time. Like at that point.
Click.
Glass monsters. Glass monsters. That's not monsters. That's monosetters.
No, glass monster. Apostrophe yes.
Now, fuck you and your apostrophe. I don't do proper grammar on this channel, okay? Listen, anybody's been watching me long enough. They know that fucking spelling and punctuation, that is where my brainy part ends. They can fuck off. I hate it all. I hate it all. People are like, you use the don't worry, I'm fixing it, buddy. They're like, you used the wrong wasn't or whatever, and I'm like, don't care. Don't fucking care at all. So it's just like I can't be bothered with that one. Anyways, okay, well, Glass Monster, give a wave. Everybody give a wave in the chat. I don't know if my chat's broken or just not moving much. Everybody's not talking anymore. We've calmed down where it's late. Everybody's tired. We all want to go to bed. Glass Monster, give a big thumbs up. Say hi. Say goodnight. Love you. OnlyFans, don't forget. Glass Monster's OnlyFans. Yep, smash the like button and don't forget about Glass Monster's OnlyFans. He does this thing where he puts the hair into like little ponytails. There's like little bows in little pink bows. Just you have to go check out the OnlyFans if you want to see it all. Okay, that's where the money shot is. So, anyways, okay, thanks for coming there, Glass. I really appreciate it, bud. Stick around for a second.
That's our Tiny Beaver server. That Only's fan page.
There you go.
He made me a mod so I can create it on there.
There you go. OnlyFans. It'll be a special spot in the server. Anyway, so yeah, have yourself a good night. Thank you for coming, and I'm gonna hit this outro button, and we can talk while it's outroing. So here it goes. Bye, everybody. Thank you for donations. Oh yeah, wait, really quickly before I go, I'm just gonna go right over the donations real quick and thank everybody. Let's just see here. We got $6.66 from NANA, $1.99 from Robert Williams, another $2 from NANA. Robert Williams, another $4.99. NANA again with $6.66. You crazy bastard, you. Dib for $5 American. We got NANA coming in again at $6.66. You crazy person, you. And then we have Robert Williams bringing in the tail end with a $1.99. Surprising fact, most Roman buildings are concrete, and I'm hiccuping. Okay. So on that note, I'm hitting this outro button. Nighty night, Quantum Degreaser. Thanks for coming. Feisling? Jeez, that's a hard one. Fissling? Feisling? Pickling?
Fizzling.
Fizzling? Fissling?
Feisling.
Feisling? I don't know. Good. Pepper Talks, Factor, good to see you. We got Jessica G. Shack, not Shaw. How you doing up there, Jessica? I wasn't reading. I should have been seeing. You probably were making fun of me. My apologies for missing it all. We love you. Extra J. We got Robert Williams up there. Plip. I have a name now. Stringer News 1. Mr. Andrat. Mark Beiser. Craven That Mordick. Craven Glass Monsters OnlyFans. That's what it is. NS Sherlock. GRX. Telling you. There's some girls out there that are going to be like, get me some of that, you know? I'm telling you, that's the way to do it. I keep telling them, if they want me to start an OnlyFans, they just need to get together and form a proposal. Anyways. Okay, outro time. Have a good night.